Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. So happy to see all of you today. How's everybody's Sunday doing? How's it going so far? How's everybody doing? Let's see here. I'm just waiting for the. Oh my God, my chat is a little delayed here. All right, let's just go ahead and just want to make sure that everything is looking okay here. Making sure my stream settings are good to go. All right, stream health. It's healthy. Analytics. Meh. All right. All right. It looks like everything's all right. Everything's working on my end. All right. Let's go ahead and just move the chat over and fix my hair. All right. There we go. Now I can see you guys. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hello. Hello. Hi. Diet Pepsi for me. Dr. Pepper for me, actually. It's Diet Pepsi for you, but Dr. Pepper for me. Mm-hmm. It's regular Dr. Pepper, by the way, okay? It doesn't have any actual kick to it. All right. I'm not Sarah Booze. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great weekend. We are here because we are going to be watching another episode of Crime Catalyst. This one is The Murders. As you guys have, if you guys have been watching me and watching our live streams, we've already done 3 of these videos. The first one was about Nichol Kessinger and how she was a social outcast. And then we continued into the affair and the ultimatum. Now we are going to be looking at the actual murders, so the day of the murders. Everything leading up to it, as you guys know, we have been building out our calendar here. And so whenever we get the chance, we are going to add things to our calendar. And so today we're going to be watching the actual day of the murders. Let's go ahead and see what Crime Catalyst says about this and any other information or details that might be new to us that we can add into our calendar to make it easier for us to understand. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this video. It is Nichol Kessinger, The Murders, Part 4. And yes, please go ahead and check her out. Great channel. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a thumbs up, even though we haven't watched it yet, because she does a great job at putting these together. And I also love her humor as well. So who knows? We'll see. Are we going to get surprised by a bunch of AI photos of Chris? And, he's going to be wearing a cowboy outfit. Maybe he might become Godzilla in the next photo. Who knows? Maybe he's the Yeti. Maybe he's the Yeti in a brown bikini. Who really knows, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and dive in.
A lot of things, like when she realized that, okay, like she's the other person in the relationship, that I always put my wife first over her, and that's what kind of made her take a step back a few times, and then like I kind of like calm her down.
Why? I don't even understand how you could like bring yourself to do that to somebody who's like that big.
She planned to steal this man and get rid of.
Okay. My eyes are already hurting. Should I wear my blue eye blockers or whatever, the light blockers? The thing is that it doesn't block out brown bikinis, so I might not even wear them. What are they going to do? They're definitely not going to block out Nichol Kessinger from me, so let's not even wear them. Maybe this? What if I do this? This might work. If I just watch it like this. Yes, guys, did you see that? I didn't. No, I'm not doing this. All right. I've been getting so much better from my concussion, so I'm not going to do anything that makes my brain hurt. So let's just go ahead and skip through that. I'm blind, says Carolette. My eyes. Oh no. Guys, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know either. Okay, so please don't blame me. It's not my fault. Close your eyes. All right, close your eyes. If you see something that you don't like, make sure that you warn other people. So maybe those that are lagged a little behind can get an early warning before they have to look at it. My eyes, my eyes. Oh man, let's continue. Look at these two. I'm like, let's continue. And I'm like, nah, never mind. Let's not continue. Look at his face. And then look at her. Of course, this is the face that she had when Chris is talking to the officer, right? He's talking to the FBI, the CBI, all of the officers and the detectives and the canine units. And she's here like, you better get it right. You better get the right answer, Chris. Don't throw me under the bus, my love. Meanwhile, Chris is like, yeah, I packed away my lunchbox, my suitcase, my bag, my Ziploc bag, my other bag, my paper bag, and my pens. Yeah, he doesn't ever mention that he stuffed his family in the back of his truck. Let's continue.
Of his family. She strategically showed Chris the time of his life while his family was away in North Carolina. What a great life he could have without them. After she was confident that she had gotten Chris to fall deeply in love with her, she convinced him to go and rejoin his family and fix it. Fix it didn't mean what Nichol claimed it meant. It meant fix it as in convince Shanann to agree to a divorce. Chris acted like things were going according to plan to keep from facing Nichol's wrath.
This is a very accurate photo of Nichol Kessinger. Look at her eyes. Look at his eyes. Yeah, this is Nichol Kessinger. This is what she looks like when she does the twin flame thing, you know? She talks about rubbing foreheads with the love of her life. I rub foreheads with the potato head. That's what happens when they rub foreheads. She turns into the red-eyed monster. So it's very, very accurate. What do you guys think? It definitely matches, right, with the mood, right? Everything is in black and white, and you just see her eyes. Look at her eyes. Let's continue.
But she became suspicious of his lies when they had their last dinner date at the Lazy Dog because Nichol kept talking about them going to look at apartments that coming up Wednesday, and he seemed less interested. He wasn't as gun-ho, is what Nichol stated. I suspect that when she realized that something didn't seem right, she blew up. She went off on him and said,
all right, she said something really important here. All right, let's go ahead and pull out our calendar already. So Wednesday, if we don't have it in here already, Wednesday is when Nichol and Chris were supposed to go out and look for apartments together. Let's go ahead and add it to our calendar since it is definitely an important day. They were both thinking that they're going to move in together. Oh, Chris, get me my 3-car garage so that we can both get sports cars, right? That's what she wants to get. Out here, she's claiming, oh, Chris is so broke. It's because of that woman. Yet she's the one asking Chris to get an apartment, to move out with your, not with your kids, right? She's the one saying, move out with your kids, but she doesn't actually mean that. She means move out with me, Chris. So let's go ahead and add it here. Chris Watts and NK look for apartments, although it didn't happen, as we know. And it didn't happen because, obviously, Chris got arrested. All right, so let's go ahead and they look for apartments together. Let's go ahead and put it in red because they are a huge red flag when they are together and even when they're not. So, yeah, they're still red flags. But let's go ahead and put them in red when they are together. Chris Watts and NK look for apartments. Yeah, look at that, right? Again, let's take a look at the calendar real quick before we move on. Look at all of the activity that was going on. Yet Nichol Kessinger is claiming that she didn't really care about him all that much. Oh, he was way into me more than I was into him. Yet she took him to an elaborate date, right? She took him on a weekend getaway to the sand dunes. And then all before that, they have all kinds of little outings together. Nichol Kessinger gives him the key to her apartment the week, look at this, the whole week before they were supposed to look for apartments together. All right. So again, is it coincidental or is it that Nichol Kessinger is lying and she was more involved than she says she was? Let's go ahead and continue.
It's either me or her. You're either going to make this happen so that we can be together or that's it. We're over. And don't think you can just walk away from this. I'll tell everyone exactly what you've been doing. hence why she Googled Ronnie Watts that night, and she also Googled Chris and Shanann's address at 2825 Saratoga Trail.
Yeah.
We can only speculate about the threats that she made, but something created a sense of urgency. And
Exactly. Let's go ahead and pull up our calendar. The day that we are talking about is Saturday. It is on our calendar already. Look at this. Nichol Kessinger Googles Saratoga Trail, and Nichol Kessinger also Googles Twister. What else does she Google? On Sunday, the night before, or actually, it was this night, yeah. On this day, Nichol Kessinger is also Googling Shanann Watts, and on the 14th, Nichol Kessinger is Googling again Saratoga Trail and Ronnie at this point, right? It looks like she's Googling Ronnie of the Tuesday before Ronnie is supposed to fly out. Because as we know, Ronnie flew out Wednesday. So the same day that Chris got arrested is when Ronnie flew out to be with his son. Oh, my son, right? Oh, Cindy, you're gonna go. You're not gonna go, Cindy. It's okay. Chris didn't want you to go anyway. I'm pretty sure he only wants me, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk to my son about NASCAR. And so, because of that, Ronnie decided to fly out so that he can spend time with his son, be there for moral support or whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue.
Chris Watts. Something made him believe he had to do something, and he had to do it
Something was
fast.
hurt. Just like I had to say something.
Did her madness end that night at the Lazy Dog, or did it continue throughout the night and into the next morning? Because her phone pinged in Frederick at 6:16 a.m.
Yeah, this has never been explained. Ever. Neffy, it's so weird Googling Ronnie, isn't it? It is so weird to be Googling Ronnie Watts. Let's go ahead and Google him. I'm curious now. What pops up when you go? I mean, at this point, we know what's gonna pop up, right? It's him and the blue shirt that he always wears. Maybe a little bit of powder under his nose. Who knows? Oh man. Okay. Yeah, when you Google Ronnie Watts now, this is what pops up, right? Exactly what I was expecting. Him in the blue shirt. No white powder, but we do see his face. um, but again, it's kind of weird, right? To be Googling Ronnie Watts before when there was nothing to Google, there's nothing to see. In 2018, what was she going to find? A bunch of different Ronnie Wattses around the US, maybe around the whole world. And she's like, oh, which one should I pick? Oh, this guy kind of looks like Chris. Yeah, he has the temples visible. So then she's like, okay, I guess this is Chris's dad, right? She just picked one out of the 10,000 Ronnie Watts that she found on Facebook. She picked the one that has the matching temples. And she guessed right, apparently. She's like, yeah, I think, yeah, this guy looks a little bit like Chris. And so maybe that's what she did, right? What do we think? Oh, Lord, Chris. Your mistress found me on Facebook, and she got it right because we look so alike, my son. We both like NASCAR. Yeah, they both like NASCAR. That's why they're twins. Twinsies. She knows Ronnie is Chris Watts' BFF and will support him. Yes, Valerie, 100%. Yeah, she knows that Ronnie is Chris's hero. She knew that if she just took him out and they did everything that Ronnie and Chris do together, that maybe Chris will fall in love with her. I mean, she was right. It worked. Let's continue.
Why was she there, and what did she do?
We're about to find out.
Why?
You guys can have all that. I just.
Oh my God. Every time I hear Nichol Kessinger say, why, it just completely throws me off. I've watched that interview so many times and it still gets me every single time. I mean, it's obvious that she's lying. She is such a bad actor. So bad. Wow. Let's go ahead and continue. Kessinger went through great lengths, and look at her. This is another thing that we're looking into, the shirt. Hips, lips, and hot rods. Where do we think that she got her shirt? This is going to be a question for all of you guys. This is just something that my Patreon supporters and I are kind of just racking our heads, right? We're wondering, where did she get this shirt? Because she's wearing it at the Great Sand Dunes, but it says hips, lips, and hot rods. Did she get it at Bandimere Speedway? What do we think? Did she get it at the Ford Car Museum? And she's wearing it all around Colorado. Oh, look, Chris, I'm wearing the t shirt that you got me, my love. Does it compliment my face? Probably. What do we think? Let's go ahead. I'm going to add this in a poll. I'm going to ask you guys, where do we think she got her t shirt from? Where do we think? And, there is a method to this. I really do want to know where she got her t-shirt, not just because I want to know, because I want it, right? I'm not asking because I'm trying to wear it. I don't like it. I think it's a little tacky. I'm not a fan of the shirt. I don't want it. I don't want to know because of that. I want to know because we're trying to figure out timing here. Right. We're not just trying to put a calendar together to see what her involvement fully is. We're trying to find every single one of her lies. Because when you look at her lies, you then start to uncover bigger lies. And so the dollar store, make really the dollar store. Probably. Probably. I mean, it looks pretty low quality, so I'm gonna say it's probably the Dollar Tree. Although I will say the Dollar Tree has a lot of really good stuff. I shop at the Dollar Tree a lot. I'm not even gonna talk shit about the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has so many good things for the kitchen. If you want to bake or you want to cook or you just want to clean the kitchen, go to the Dollar Tree. They have so much good stuff there for $1. All right, let's go ahead and continue with this question. Where do we think NK got her tacky shirt? All right, so the first one, this is where I think she got it. It was Bandimere Speedway. And this is the drag races where they went. Was it at the Ford Car Museum? Okay, let's see if it's at the Ford Car Museum. Third option. What should our third option be? Oh man, she just got it randomly anywhere, right? She probably just got it randomly, online maybe. Maybe she got it on Temu, who knows? Amazon. All right, she's just shopping around. And then what should the fourth option be? All right, let's go ahead and start this poll. Again, we're wondering because we're trying to put together the crime here, right? The crime scene. And the question is, where do we think NK got her tacky shirt from? Bandimere Speedway, Ford Car Museum, Walmart / Temu / Amazon, or option 4, she stole it from her aunt? Oh, wow. 23% are saying that she stole it from her aunt. Do we see any of the batteries hanging around, right? She's got them stuffed in her shoes, maybe. Oh, there I see it. Do you guys see it? I see the double A batteries right here sticking out. Yeah. Any opportunity that Nichol Kessinger can get to pawn things that are not hers, she'll take it. She probably never went to the Speedway before Chris. I believe it. Just Josie, I 100% believe she's never been to the Bandimere Speedway or the Ford Car Museum before Chris. Yeah. She only went there because of Chris. I 100% believe that. Oh. Or she stole it from her cousin. Yes. Yes, McRuley. Yes. Option 4 is she either stole it from her aunt / cousin. That's what I should have put. Yes. Aunt / cousin, whatever. The point is she didn't purchase it, okay? She found a 5-finger discount somewhere. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna leave that up. Oh my God, stole it from her aunt is winning. Oh man. Oh my goodness. We have not, Anders. You're right. We haven't heard from her cousin in a long time. I've been searching. I've been searching. I've been searching. Yeah, I've been searching for Nicole Kessinger's cousin and I have not found her anywhere. All right, let's continue.
Like, oh my god, I have so many texts on here between me and all my friends. I'm like, do they really want all this stuff?
Well, is there anything in those texts that you'd be concerned with?
Not really.
So, well, not really, or yes or no?
No, I mean, like,
No, I mean, no. Yeah, Chris, you will never see the Bible. You'll never see the Bible, Chris. Right? That's how Nicole Kessinger's cousin speaks. She sounds just like Nicole, just drunk, if you're wondering. Let's continue.
There are plenty of reasons to believe that Kessinger was growing impatient with Chris Watts. She was ramping things up by her constant
I
questions.
did ask about it, and I think the only reason that he even provided me with that information is because I asked. I asked.
Many things were happening that showed that her feathers were getting ruffled. She was becoming agitated.
Her feathers are getting ruffled. Who else said that? She did, right? These are the words that Nicole Kessinger said about Chris. Oh, his feathers are getting a little ruffled, is what she's saying. Right? A lot of the things that she says are very strange. It definitely sounds like a script. A lot like Chris when he says, I have no inclination. She uses a lot of that flowery language when she's talking about Chris Watts. Let's continue.
You said he's with two women. Was that one of your considerations for not telling anybody about him?
Yes, well, I mean, it was like we were like dating for like 3 or 4 months, and he's still talking about, oh, I'm gonna move out, I'm gonna sell the house. I think at that point I've just been like, I don't think you're really like doing these things you say you're gonna do. I don't think you're really like doing these things you say you're gonna do. I don't even know if they were like filing for divorce. I don't know if they were putting the house up. I don't even know anymore.
Let's sort of set the mood here. This is possibly an already unstable woman. Chris said she was bipolar and that he saw her take a medicine that she had to take every day. There were also some videos of her recording herself talking about being bipolar.
Like, no, she had her moments where I had to talk her like off a ledge kind of deal. What's that mean? It's like, I guess after the fact, there was like videos of her that she was like recording herself because she was like bipolar or something. I never knew that.
What an idiot. Chris Watts he's so moronic, right? He's so absolutely dumb. The guy says, I never knew that. I had no idea that she was bipolar. Really, Chris? He did just say that he had to talk her off a ledge type thing, right? And that he had to talk her out of certain other things type thing. And like type thing. He continues to talk about how Nicole Kessinger was obviously bipolar. And then he says, I didn't know that she was bipolar, even though I had to talk her off the ledge a million times type thing. Yeah, you don't talk people off of ledges every single day unless they are bipolar, unless they are unstable and crazy. Most normal people that are not bipolar are not gonna just fly off the handle over little things. But that's what Chris is actually talking about, right? If we look at the calendar, we know that Nicole Kessinger had a meltdown on the 4th of July. Look at that. So 8 years ago, yesterday, she had a meltdown. Why? Because Nicole Kessinger wanted Chris to spend time with her. She did not want Chris to spend any time even talking to Shanann on the phone. I mean, this is how crazy this woman is, right? This is how controlling, manipulative she was, that she would have an entire blowout with Chris if he spent any time with his family. And again, we are supposed to believe that Nichol Kessinger was trying to convince him of working out with his family, right? Trying to work out the marriage. How is that possible when she's having meltdowns every time that Chris tries to do just that, right? Again, contradictions. They're all contradictions. Let's continue.
But it's like, and she would get worked up about nothing. She would just like...
Some people with bipolar disorder experience mood swings, loss of touch of reality, anger, anxiety, aggression, delusions, and paranoia. They might have a rapid and frenzied speech.
You like to talk, I can tell a little bit.
Yeah, a little
She's
bit.
400 when she was young. She'd crank out about 400 words a minute. gusts up to 600. And
You're a talker, so I'm letting you talk.
They also might experience an excess desire for
She just
sex.
wanted, I mean, she wanted what she wanted. She wanted to do it pretty much all the time. I was like, okay, that's fine with me.
Even though we don't know for sure that she's bipolar, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, what do we think? Do we think she's bipolar? Unstable moods are a symptom for sure. Yeah. Yes. She probably is. She probably is. She's never gotten treatment for it. She's never been to the doctor. Although, is it true that Chris said that she was taking medication every day? She probably missed her meds. I mean, she's taking medication. It's so that she's not crazy, right? So that she doesn't fly off the handle for no reason. So she probably wasn't taking her meds. Do you think she's bipolar? I think she is. I think she's definitely unstable to an extent. There's something going on with her. Of course, we can't just blame the things that she did on her bipolar disorder. I mean, it comes with accountability, right? I mean, she's an adult. She's not a child. So, in her adult age, if she knows that she can't get it together and that she's having, all of these unstable mood swings, then she should find help, right? BPD, yeah, borderline personality disorder. I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like she did. Absolutely. I think so. I think so. Again, she does have that rapid speech. She rambles on and on forever. Those are all, they're not all very specific symptoms of bipolar disorder, but the things that have been said about her, what Chris has said about her, and even her own interviews, she does seem to just be just not all there, right? There's something off with Nichol Kessinger. Julia, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go ahead and celebrate. Julia. Yeah, this is how I dance. Yeah, super chats. Yeah. She is cluster B, not mentally ill. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's mentally ill, right? But she's definitely some type of PD, right? Some type of bipolar disorder. BPD is what I meant. Sorry. What's up with her therapist? I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. Is that the guy that she's talking to that she's trying to get to, give her potions or whatever so that she can convince Chris of falling in love with her? Is that who we're talking about? She's been in trouble with the law. Yeah, yeah, she's no angel. I agree. All right, let's continue.
I know Chris Watts lies a lot, but why would he lie about that? So we're talking about a person who potentially has a condition that affects her ability to think, feel, and behave clearly, and may have erratic tendencies. Pretend that you're Nichol Kessinger for a minute. You've been dating this man who's married for some period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You've fallen for him. He's your
I
dream
think one
man.
thing that actually kind of drew me to him was the fact that he was like very open with communicating with me if there were any like differences on how we saw things or just like open-minded about things. It was actually I personally thought it was kind of unique because usually most of the men that I've ever met are typically very closed off, and I didn't get that from him at all. But it was always like kind.
Baby, you're my guy. Oh my God. Ugh. Mm. Yeah, I think so too. See, Nichol Kessinger is saying a lot of things here that are actually true, right? She's saying that she was attracted to him because he's different. He was very different from Sean, who didn't want to go down south with her. Oh my gosh, Sean, are you allergic to shellfish? Ugh. So she ended up finding a man who wasn't allergic to her shellfish. And so because of those things, she ended up falling in love with him, right? Supposedly. And by falling in love, I don't actually think that she fell in love with him. I think that she was more drawn to winning. I've said this before. I do believe that she mostly just wanted to win a husband, even if that meant taking away the husband from another woman, even if that means being the other woman and having a full-on affair with a married man. What she wanted was what Shanann had, and she was going to have it either way. No questions asked. And she wanted it with this guy because he had already proven to her that he was that husband material that she was looking for. She already found in him a passive man, someone who doesn't fight back, someone who will do anything for her. And up until this point, Nicole had not found any man who was willing to bend over backwards for her until this idiot came into the picture, Chris Watts. But of course he did, right? He was already married. He already had a family. He already had the house, the children, the marriage, the job. So, yeah, in a way, he was escaping his responsibilities. He was escaping the life that he had that he didn't want. And so he saw in her a bachelor life and she saw in him a married life. It's crazy, isn't it? How they both got together for very different reasons. It's so weird. It's weird, but it's also very ironic that that is what ended up getting them together, right? What do we think? Uh, I can't remember what I'm supposed to do to post pictures. She's done. She is Tiffany. Oh my God. I can't wait. Yes, Tiffany. So all you have to do, all right, here, let's go ahead and we need to walk Tiffany through this, you guys. Give me a second. I need to walk her through this. I need to tell her how to get to the community page so that she can post Nichol Kessinger dolls. Oh my God. Okay. All right, Tiffany. So when you go to my page, right? So just go to my page, just go to the, Rabbit Hole Rocks. When you go there, you are going to click on community, right? At the very top. Obviously, you're not going to have those because those are mine. But yeah, you go to the top, it says community. You click on community, and then it takes you to the community page. And then here, yeah, you go ahead and post it, whether you're using your computer or your phone. You say what's on your mind, and then you click on the image, and then you post the image. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Please let us know when you do it. Once it's up, I will definitely check. Please let us know. Oh my God. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for it, you guys. Yoinked. Oh my God. Oh, oh my gosh, you guys, I need to show you this. I know we're like getting so distracted here. Look at this. Oh, Monica. Oh my God, look at the babies. New arrivals. Oh, I just got saved to get drowned into the river. Oh my goodness. Oh, Monica, thank you so much for saving these little babies. Oh, look, they're so cute. I want to squeeze them. Thank you so much for saving these little babies. You're amazing. You're an angel. Monica has saved these little babies from drowning. Isn't she an angel? I would take them off your hands if I could. If you don't want them, send them my way. They're adorable. Look at this. Yoinked. Don't let anyone talk you out of getting your first cat. Those 3 cats will be the best 5 cats you'll ever had. Oh my God, this is so accurate. I love it. But yeah, yeah, once you have it on there, please let me know and I'll go ahead and show everybody. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'll let you know. Yes, thank you, Tiffany. Does the NK doll come with a brown bathing suit and wedding dress? Sold separately, probably. Right? Especially the wedding dress. That one's sold separately. I don't even think you can't even buy that one. It's not even available. The wedding dress, it's all in her brain. The wedding dress is actually just what she says. You pull the string on her back and she goes, "I want a wedding dress." But it never happens. It doesn't even exist for her. Oh, oh, Nicole, Nicole, Nicole. Anyway. Oh God, let's continue.
Very kind, really relaxed, like all the time. He was never really like worked up about anything. Just, well, I mean, like we were both really into fitness. I think that's important. It's a lifestyle. Both of us ate pretty healthy, so I think that was important as well. And I guess he was always willing to like learn new stuff, but he seemed like really interested in what I had to share with him. So even if it wasn't something that we originally had in common together, it was just like, hey, I respect what you have to say, and vice versa.
So you guys are just yin and yang. You got along pretty well.
Very well.
And suddenly you realize it's time for him to go back home to his wife.
Yeah. Yes. And then suddenly you realize, oh, the adventure is over. Summer is over. Your wife is coming back, and so are your children. And guess what? Children are having to go back to school. Then what? Right? What happens when you spend an entire summer with your boyfriend and then that boyfriend has to go back to his family? What happens then? What happens when a woman has found the man of her dreams and she doesn't want to share him, even via phone? But this man has to go back and meet with his family in person. What happens then? Does she just brush it off? Oh, it's okay. Oh, I loved the time that we spent together, Chris, but yeah, go back to your family. Forget about me. I'm the second fiddle. Is that what would happen? Right? Is that what most mistresses choose? They say, please go work it out with your family. I'm just chopped liver here. I don't matter. Come back to me whenever you're bored. I'm going to say most women and most mistresses are not going to be okay with being used this way continuously. They eventually want the man. They eventually want the man to end up leaving the wife for them. And so, again, it is unbelievable unless she is from a different dimension, maybe a different solar system altogether that we've never heard of. But I've never heard of a mistress say, yeah, spend all your time with me, boyfriend, and then go back to your family. No, don't even care about me. Please go work it out with your family. How many mistresses exist that are this way? Please, somebody please send them my way. I want to interview them because I want to know what goes on in their heads, right? I want to know, oh, are you really trying to help this man get together with his wife, right? I really want to know. I've never met anybody like that in my life. Who knows? Maybe it's Nichol Kessinger, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's continue.
What does that feel like? You might be sad, lonely.
Like, sometimes if I was like still talking to him, I get kind of bummed out, and I tell him, just like, oh, it's frustrating sometimes, like having to like wait.
You might be angry,
This is horrible, or
jealous, insecure,
I'm just like, why?
wondering, is he going to pick me? Is he going to do what we've talked about? What I've told him he needs to do?
Yeah, I flew out there, and I thought I had like convinced him to like try to make peace with her.
Is it really plausible that she wanted him?
I thought I had convinced him. I really did think that it was convincing. I really thought that by taking him out to the Great Sand Dunes for 2 days and making him go down the sand and then going on a really nice hike and then going to the hot springs, I really thought that that would convince him to work it out with his wife. Isn't it so weird? It just didn't work out my way. Oh my God. He ended up choosing me. I don't know why. I gave him the experience of a lifetime. He had never even been camping before. Can you believe he had never even started a fire? I showed him how to do all those things for the first time ever. It's so weird that he chose me, isn't it? Ugh. I did all of those things so that he can pick his wife, honestly. How does that work? Again, really? She's really trying to convince people that she was trying to convince him to stay with his family, even though she spent all this money on this trip and he loved it. He enjoyed every minute of it. Oh my God, the sand dunes. He even changed his background photo to piles of sand because of how much of a blast he had with his mistress. And then she's claiming that she's so surprised. Oh my God, he ended up picking me after that trip. Oh, I wonder why. I don't know of any man who would rather pick a trip with a mistress than to work out mortgage payments with his wife. It's so weird. Mortgage payments are way more fun than sand dunes. Come on, really? What do we think, you guys? What do we think? Where are we at with the poll? Wow. It's neck to neck. Wow, look at this. Bandimere Speedway is at 33% and then stole it from her aunt. So Bandimere Speedway and her aunt are tied. And then we have Walmart, Temu, Amazon, Ford Car Museum. So we don't think she bought it at the Ford Car Museum. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think maybe the Bandimere Speedway or she bought it off of Temu, right? It looks very Temu-ish. Again, it's probably just the color. It does not go well with the shirt. It's probably just the color. That's why I think it's from Temu. Oh, man. Scott, thank you so much. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. This is how I celebrate. I do the Nichol Kessinger dance, right? It's the Sasquatch dance. Yeah, that's how we celebrate these days. Thank you so much. Glad to find your channel. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you found me. Glad I found you. Yeah, I'm glad I found my people. Isn't that great? I'm glad that we can find each other. All right, let's continue.
Him to go and fix his marriage. Ask any woman if that's something they would ever say to a man they're dating.
And then he told me that he went to North Carolina.
She's clearly not happy about this.
And he
Yeah, I don't think so either, right? She's not happy. He went to. I'm sorry, where? Where did they go, Nicole? She's not happy to say it at all. She can't even say it, right? She's struggling so hard. It's like she has severe stomach pains when she has to say North Carolina. What? It's not that serious, Nicole. But again, the thing is, yeah, she's so weird, Sunlime. She's very weird, but also she can't hold back how much hatred she has for this family. Right? I've said it so many times before. It's disdain. She has this weird hatred for a woman that she never even met. She just disliked that she had a life that she wanted. And she's jealous. She's envious of that. And she's envious that Chris is still, right? Even though Chris is telling her, no, I want to be with you, he still feels the need, right? And the obligation to go back to North Carolina to be with his family. I think that this is what's really eating at her at this moment in time, right? It's the fact that after this elaborate trip and after Chris promising that he's going to leave his wife, he still feels like he has to go back to North Carolina, right? And so, again, this is just my opinion, but I do believe that Nicole was, in a way, probably thinking, well, if you're going to be with me, why do you need to go back to North Carolina? Just break up with them. Just tell her over the phone, Chris. You don't have to go spend an entire week with them if you're going to get rid of them, right? This is what I think her mentality was. And so she was upset that Chris still felt that he needed to keep Shanann happy. This is where this came in, right? Let's go ahead and just see the things that she's Googling while Chris is away with his family. On Saturday the 4th, she Googled dresses, right? She Googled wedding dresses for 2 whole hours, okay? She's Googling NK checks Chris Watts and Shanann's Facebook page, okay? What else is she doing? Here, so right here, Chris Watts is texting Nicole. Of course, we know that that's happening, right? We look at the whole week. We don't really have that much on the first few days, but we don't have them in the calendar. But we do know that Chris was talking on the phone with her every single night. And then on Saturday, she's Googling wedding dresses, right? Because she, again, is convincing herself that Chris is going to break up with his family, even though he's back in North Carolina. But in a way, she's still kind of doubting it, right? She's still not sure. Is he really going to leave me for, to be with me? Or is he back in North Carolina and really trying to work it out with his family? She's still having doubts, right? And that is what we see in the actual calendar. And of course, the minute that she gets that Chris gets back, she gives him a key to her apartment, because if the Sand Dunes didn't do it, if Bandimere Speedway didn't do it, if the Ford Car Museum didn't do it, if all of their little hikes didn't do it, then maybe giving him a key to her apartment will finally convince him to leave his family. So she's still doing the absolute most. All of the things that she thinks will be enough to convince Chris to leave his family for her. What do we think? Again, this is just based on the calendar, right? All of the evidence that we see, everything that is in Discovery. NK is a danger to society. I agree, Linda. Chris would have gotten bored with NK too. He doesn't connect with people. Yeah, only how they make him feel. Yeah, he would have eventually gotten bored with her. I agree. This was not going to last. It probably would have lasted maybe a year, if that. They would both eventually get tired of one another. I'm pretty sure Nicole would have gotten tired of Chris because of how stupid he is, right? She's the one having to tell him, just read, Chris. And then she's also telling him, no, Chris, you can't buy the Dead Sea Scrolls at the museum, right? Like all these little things that she's having to correct him on. I think that she would have eventually gotten tired of it. Let's continue.
He flew out to join his family there.
Yep. And he was like, I'm gonna talk to her when I'm in North Carolina and see if I can get her to do this, to like try to like rekindle the flame.
Okay, so try to salvage his relationship as you've been asking him.
Yes. And I was like, if you guys work on this, like, I'm out. Because what's the point? Like, I'm not trying to be with somebody that's in another relationship.
I just wonder if she ever watches any of this back and thinks, I sounded so ridiculous. What a stupid thing for me to say. There's just no way that she was rooting for Chris and Shanann to work things out. The opposite is probably true. She filled Chris's head with so much doubt and wanted to create as much tension between them as possible.
Exactly, right? Exactly. She filled his brain with doubt. She wanted to make sure that everything that she did was enough to convince Chris that she's the one that he needs to pick. Come on. Who actually believes that she was trying to get him to work it out with his family? No one. No one. How are you going to put this much effort, right? So much effort into a relationship just so that the man can end up leaving you? What? Really? She's going to spend that much energy and effort the entire summer taking this man all over Colorado just so that he can end up choosing a family? Come on. Again, it makes no sense. This makes no sense. No one in their right mind would ever do this. And it's so ridiculous that she actually convinced police that that's what she was doing. And they believed her. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, no mistress in the history of the universe has ever done this, but yeah, you're the first one. She needs an award. She needs to be on, the Guinness Book of World Records, because she deserves an award for being the first and only mistress in the history of the world to care about her boyfriend's marriage. I mean, it has to be, right? Oh, man. Oh, no, Tiffany, having a little trouble getting it to load, but I'll keep trying. Okay. Yeah, please. And sometimes, sometimes YouTube has issues with certain files. So if you can make it into a JPEG or a PNG, it'll work. Or if you can take a screenshot too. If you take a screenshot of the photo and upload the screenshot, it uploads faster. That's what I found. I've had to figure out other ways to upload things. But yeah, let's continue.
Nichol began encouraging Chris to go against Shanann and go and spend time with his mom and dad after finding out that there was tension there.
And I think his wife was very upset about that, but I just know that there was like some tension there.
She tries to hide it, but she knew exactly what she was doing.
They were visiting her family for the most part until he got there. And then they still were mostly visiting her family.
Let's go back to North Carolina.
Okay.
He went to North Carolina and he was trying to rehab his marriage with his wife.
Kessinger avoided saying Shanann and Bella and Cece's names. The detective actually had to force her to say them.
Yep.
He said.
Do you know her name at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay saying her name?
It's Shanann.
All right. And do you know the children's name?
Yes, it's Bella and Celeste.
Okay. She went by, they called her.
She says. But she says, Shanann. Yeah, she has such a hard time saying Shanann's name. So much so that Kevin had to force her to say it. Oh my God.
Her Cece.
And when he got to North Carolina, he told me that he was supposed to spend like half time with them, half the time with her family, and that was supposed to be what it was. And while he was in town, before he went out to North Carolina, I guess his mother had accidentally like given a product, I think it was like ice cream, to a different kid. And I was like, what do you think happened? And he's like, I'm not really sure, but I think something was said between my wife and them during that incident. And I think his wife was very upset about that. And he's like, because every time that I try to, I talk about possibly going over there to see if they're home, she gets upset about it. And I was like, okay, I just know that there was like some tension there.
She already knew.
Yeah, she knew that there was tension there, and then she still made Chris go to his family's house, right? It's she knows that she can create more tension between Chris and Shanann if she convinces Chris to go see his family, right? So all the things that Nicole says that she doesn't know, she actually knows. She knows them very, very well. Of course, how could she not? How could she not? She even knows about the the incident with the peanut allergy, right? Or sorry, the tree nut allergy. So she even knows that. She knows every single detail because she used everything against Shanann. And she was able to convince Chris in the same way that his mommy dearest, Cindy Watts, couldn't convince him to do. Nicole did that, and she felt special for it, right? I do think that Nicole, in a way, she still feels, even if she didn't get what she wanted at the end, I do believe, and again, this is just my opinion, I believe that to this day, she probably feels accomplished, right? Because she accomplished one thing. She accomplished to take Shanann, Bella, and Cece away from Chris. She managed to split up a family. She managed to destroy a family that she was jealous and envious of. So I do believe that she feels accomplished in a way. And again, this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. So you guys let me know what you think, but it's so gross, especially as we know, the emails that she was sending to Chris, she knew that he already had a life and that she was saying that I want that life too. So again, it goes full circle, right? It comes back and it ends up showing us that this is something that Nicole wanted so badly. She just wanted to win, in my opinion. Hurt Locker, she helped actually kill the family. NK was there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how can we explain that ping? How can we explain everything else that happened that morning? They didn't talk. How weird, right? How convenient that they spoke every single morning except for the morning of the murders. Let's continue.
That Chris's mom didn't like Shanann.
He told me that his mom and his wife did not get along at all. He said that his mom didn't even show up to his wedding because she's like really did not care for Shanann.
So what does Kessinger do? She eggs on the situation by telling Chris how important family is and how it needs to function properly.
Why are your folks like ignoring you? And I was like really concerned about this because it's important. Family is an important thing. It just needs to function properly. And
I imagine that a lot of the phone calls that Chris was receiving from Nikki while he was in North Carolina was probably her nagging him.
Yes.
What happened? Did you talk to him? Well, what'd she say? Did you talk to him? And I was like really concerned about this. Well, what'd she say? What happened? Like I wanted him to see his people. He told me like every single day he would talk to me she gets upset about it. And I think his wife was very upset about that. And I was like, okay. And I was like, you know what? Screw your wife.
Yeah, what do we think? I agree with Crime Catalyst 100%. Could not have been better said than this. Yeah. I do think that she was the one egging Chris on. She's the one telling him, you know what? Go visit your family. Who cares what your wife thinks? Because she knew that Shanann didn't like Chris's family. She did not get along with Cindy, of course, right? Because Cindy didn't like her. So she knew that there was tension, as she says. I knew that there was tension. So of course, yeah, she benefited from knowing the tension that Shanann had with his family. And she's the one telling him, go to your family, Chris. Go hang out with them. Family is so important. Oh my God. I think it's so mean that your wife isn't allowing you to go see your daddy. Isn't your daddy your hero? Oh my God. Your mom gave birth to you, though. It's so mean that she doesn't allow you to see your narcissistic mother. Right? These are all the things that I do believe that Nichol Kessinger was saying to him. And a lot of these calls, they were so that she can, be mad at him and throw a little shit fit and have her little temper tantrums with him every single time that he would spend time with his family. And so, yeah, all the things that we hear her tell Kevin Kovac in this interview, it's she makes it sound like she is not all that involved, right? I don't really know anything. This is what he tells me, right? But she knows so much information that it really is unbelievable to think that she didn't know every single thing that was happening. Of course she did. How could she not? Again, how could she not? They loaded. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm like, let's go ahead and check it. Oh my God. No way. No way. Oh, why did you make her so cute? Oh my God. These are amazing. Oh my God. Tiffany, look at this, guys. It is Nicole Kessinger wearing the brown bikini with the little hearts. Oh my God. And she's got the red eyes. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is so adorable. I hate that they are so cute. Oh my God, this is so amazing. This is so good. The clam slam? What? Oh no, I wish I could see the whole photo. What does it say? This is Lazy Dog, isn't it? Here, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone real quick. Oh my God, this is perfect. Wow. What does that say? Oh yeah, carrots and evidence go into hiding. This is her to-do list. Look at the crab. Oh my God. Look, she's got a resume too. Realtor, financial advisor, therapist. She's a professional Googler. Oh my God. I have to pull this up. Oh my goodness. Just give me a second. I need to pull it up on my phone. Oh my God. Maybe on the phone. Yes, I knew it. I'm like, okay, we can definitely see it better here. All right, here. I'm gonna screenshot this and then put it up on the screen here. Yeah, because sometimes when you do it on YouTube, you don't get the full photo. So let's just go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna airdrop it and then bring it on the screen. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is so perfect. Wow. Okay, here we go. It is right here. Got it. Okay. Oh my gosh, why is it doing that? Oh, it's still not showing. Okay, here it is. All right, guys, look at this. Oh my God. Oh no, why is it doing that? Okay, check this out. It says the lazy dog, right? So it's the lazy dog. She also has her dead sea scrolls at the bottom. If I can show you guys, you see that? She's got the dead sea scrolls. And then, let's go ahead and zoom in. Look at that. Lazy dog. And then this is sex magic. Oh my God. Realtor, financial advisor, therapist, Google searcher, side piece. Side piece is the bottom at the bottom of her resume. Hey, that was her last job role, right? Before she went into hiding. Oh my God. She's got a broom. Oh my God. This is so amazing. Look at the attention to detail. Wow. She's got the crab. My God. Get name changed, delete evidence, go into hiding. Wow. And she looks exactly like her too, with the hat and all. Yeah, she's got her little witch hat. Beautiful. Oh my God. Karen, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm new here. I really love watching the Watts case. Glad I found you. Aw. Well, I'm happy you found us. So happy you found us. And hey, now you get to see the all of the fan art, right? This is all fan art and Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts dolls, each sold separately, right? So hey, if you guys want to add things to it, right? If you want to add the twister mats and stuff like that, just you just pretty much have to buy it separately. It's almost like the Labubus, right? It's like the keychains. You carry them around and then you buy little accessories for them. Yeah, now you can. Now you can with these. Oh my god. They are amazing. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Wow. You are incredibly creative. Very creative. This is amazing. Thank you. Wow. And I did see new posts here. So thank you, Angela. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, oh no. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for posting on the community and sharing your fur babies with us. Thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, now that we've seen the doll, amazing, guys. Let's go ahead and give Tiffany a round of applause. That is such good work. Such good work. I'd add the creepy giggling to the list. Yes. Action figure. Yeah, Tiffany did the Chris Watts doll too. Yes. Yeah, she did the Chris Watts doll. If I can find it here real quick. Let's see. Oh, and then of course, I do want to show this one real quick. Just Josie made this one of Gia. Oh my god, it's so cute. I showed it to Gia. Gia's like, me. I'm like, look, baby, fan art of you, and she was so excited. And then she just goes, me, and then walks away because she wants to go outside again. But yeah, there's so many. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Let's see if we find the one of oh my gosh, all the fur babies. Love it. Look at all the fur babies. Dang, I can't find it. It's somewhere in here. Oh my gosh, so many funny posts. Somewhere in here. I'm sure okay, well, maybe not. Maybe I skipped it. But yeah, look at this one too, you guys. Eat your chicken and carrots, Christopher. Look at his head is just barely sticking out. Look at her face. She's like, I have to feed you. Right. She does not want to be the one feeding him. Oh, man. Okay. I didn't find the Chris Watts doll, but yes, Tiffany made it. Great work. Excellent work. All right, guys. Yeah. So much talent. So much talent. So much creativity. It is amazing the things that you guys can come up with. It's so crazy. I love that we inspire one another, right? You guys give me ideas and then I add them into my videos. And then you guys get the ideas and then you make beautiful art and dolls, right? Dolls that you can, now sell at your local Walmart. All right, guys, let's continue.
She must have been getting more anxious and nervous about whether this separation was truly going to happen, because she spent hours a day looking for an apartment for Chris instead of letting him take the initiative himself.
So for his apartment, because I told him I'd help him do homework. I was like, you do some homework, I'll do some homework. We'll knock this out, because if you guys are for real putting the house up, you got to figure it out. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect. It was so cute. I was like, it's in your price range. It's like 6 miles from the gym. It's 23 miles from work. I'm like, it's super close to Frederick. It's going to be by your kid's school.
It's 6 miles from the gym. It's 22 miles from work. It's 16 miles from the Lazy Dog. It's 267 miles from the sand dunes. It's perfect. She knows even the distance, right? She knows the exact distance of this apartment to the gym, to the school, to work. She knows everything. Yet, she doesn't know anything at all, right? Again, this is the same lady that claims not to remember anything, but she knows all of the least important information, like the distance from the new apartment to the gym. So she's doing all of this work to find this man a new place to live, yet she doesn't care about him as much. How does that work? Please, someone please explain to me how you're going to put this much energy and effort into a man that you don't care about. Come on. Come on. The more I see Chris Watts, the more I know how much of a total dork he is. Exactly, Hurt Locker. My goodness. Yeah, it's like every video that we see of him, it just, it's just so much more obvious that he's stupid and that he couldn't have come up with this on his own. Mm. Yeah. I'm planting tomatoes in the garden while listening. Thanks for the Kessinger entertainment. Of course, Eagle. Of course. There are AI things, and a very obsessive person does. I know because I am one. Yes. There. Oh wait, is that AI? Is that what that says? Oh, these are all the things I am very Yes. Okay. I'm like, wait, AI. I'm like, no, no, no way. That's not it. She inserted herself into his life. Absolutely. Oh, she did. Let's continue.
Like this is the spot, and like this is the spot, and he seemed like he was pretty proactive about
This is the spot.
like trying to get in the spot and like trying to get everything set up. About that, like I remember we were talking about it. I was like, because I was like, are you gonna get 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom? And he's like, I wanted 2. I'm like, why don't you get a 3? And then each one of you girls can have a room. And he's like, I can't afford that. And I was like, all right. And then he was like, I'm gonna do 2-bedroom. And then I remember telling him like, oh, me and my sister had bunk beds when we were little kids. It's kind of cool. They might like it. And he was just like, all right. So I was like, kind of helping him with that. I was like, we'll go find something that'll be good and help you guys out. And then I was like, I don't know. I mean, I really tried to like handle that whole relationship in the most like decent manner that I could, I guess you could say. So, and it was really exciting. Like I liked helping him. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing.
Yeah. Come on. Who actually believes that the kids are going to be better with their parents divorced? What woman thinks, "Oh, it's so much better if they just have 2 Christmases. Oh, it's so much fun. You get 2 Christmases, you get 2 birthdays, you get to hang out with 2 different parents. Oh, it's so great." Yet she is claiming that she told Chris to work it out with his family. But she's also telling him it's better if you get divorced because they get 2 Christmases. Which is it? Again, which is it? You can't have both at the same time. What spot? Yeah, this is the spot. Yeah, that's the one that Nichol Kessinger says, this is the spot. It's when she's claiming that the apartment that she found him is the perfect location because it's 6 miles from the gym and it's 12 miles from work and it's 272 miles from the sand dunes. So this is the spot. Yeah, that's the one that she's claiming. She found it for him. Yet she says, I don't really care about him. Okay, let's continue.
So I told him, I was like, they're gonna love it. I was like, they might be like stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become like best buddies.
You have your last date together. You have no idea when you will ever find the time to go on another adventure together.
Yes.
Unless he ends things with his wife and comes running back to you. But it's all out of your control. Can you really trust him to do what he says he'll do? This likely felt tremendously overwhelming. This lack of control may trigger some irrational, rampant behavior. For someone like Chris Watts, who's normally very calm and composed, it might be hard for him to reason with someone with this type of behavior. Not to take any accountability away from him. He's a monster. He gets no sympathy from me.
Exactly.
But he may not have had the ability to guide her to a saner way of thinking.
I felt totally strange. I was like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I had become. I felt like I'd become people I see on TV. And that did not feel right with me.
He likely didn't know how to de-escalate the situation. So he could have had a flight or fight response, which is a defense mechanism that primes your body for action so that you're better prepared to perform under pressure. Was this the only way for Chris to cope effectively with the threat and stress of the situation? Was this his response to a very dangerous situation?
Yeah.
This physiological reaction only occurs in response to a perceived harmful event or an attack. Was Nichol presenting an immediate threat, imminent danger that caused Chris to frantically find the quickest method of resolution?
I remember you kept telling me that. You kept saying, I didn't know what I was doing, Tammy. I didn't know.
I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I think you were just like in automatic mode, or it seemed like.
I still wasn't in that right state of mind. I don't think like I was in control of what I could think or what I could do at that point in time.
Chris expresses deep regret in going on that last date with Nikki. He believes that had he not chosen to see Nikki that night, things could have went differently.
It felt like, like looking back at everything, like just like reading the scripture more and more now, I can see like, God gave me opportunities to get out. Like even my friend Jeremy Lindstrom, he even invited me. He could it was his daughter that came and watch the kids on that Saturday night. And he was like, hey, you said we're going to a Rocky game. You want to go to the Bronco game and watch the Arizona Cardinals? Like, in my mind, it was like, just say, hey, I can't find a babysitter.
Nikki.
Yeah. And maybe that would have been like, like a light switch in my head goes off, light switch in her head goes off, maybe it just like goes a different direction.
A light switch in her head goes off.
In her head.
So obviously she's
in her head. I made a video about this before, and it is so telling when Chris is saying these things that he's saying that his last opportunity to leave, right, to make the right choice was that Saturday. He again, I don't know. The thing with Chris is that he lies so much, so we really have to take everything that he says with a grain of salt. But if we're going to believe the things that Chris said, he says that he regrets not going to the game with his friend, Jeremy, that he should have gone to the game instead of going to the Lazy Dog with Nichol Kessinger, because it seems that it was the Nichol Kessinger, the Lazy Dog trip that he took with her that really solidified the thing, right? This is what really made him make that decision that night. And it was going to the Lazy Dog with her. So when we look at Saturday and we have here the Lazy Dog, why is it that Chris says maybe a light switch would have gone off in her head, right? He says a light switch would have gone off in my head, but he also says a light switch would have gone off in her head as well. What light switch? What light switch is supposed to go off in Nichol Kessinger's head if she had no idea that Chris was going to annihilate his family the next morning, right? Again, what light switch is supposed to be going off here? That is a slip of Chris, right? I've said this before. I do believe that this part is Chris telling the truth, and he happened to just slip at that particular moment. Let's go ahead and listen to that again.
Like, like a light switch in my head goes off, light switch in her head goes off, maybe it just like goes a different direction.
A light switch in her head goes.
Maybe it would have gone a different direction, he says. How? Why? Why would going to the Lazy Dog or going to the game end up in different directions? If we are to believe that Chris Watts was still going to murder his family, regardless of Nichol Kessinger, what difference does it make if he went to the Lazy Dog or to the game? What light switch was going to go off in Nichol Kessinger's head that he apparently didn't know about? Come on, exactly. He's giving clues. These are all clues from Chris. He knows that Nichol Kessinger is more involved than she let on. And this is why, in my opinion, he keeps saying a light switch would have gone off in her head, because it sounds like she's the one coming up with the plan. And so, as Crime Catalyst said, it's probably that Chris didn't know how to talk her off of this ledge, right? He didn't really know how to handle someone like Nichol Kessinger, someone with bipolar disorder, someone who flies off the handle very, very quickly. And so because he didn't really know how to handle it, he just ended up going to the Lazy Dog and listening to everything that she said, right? Instead of being on a instead of being in a fight with her and constantly arguing with her, he'd rather just placate her, right? Just, okay, yeah, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. Just please stop fighting with me. I don't want to argue with you anymore. And so I do think that this is one of Chris's biggest giveaways. I think that this is our biggest clue, is Chris saying that a light switch would have gone off in her head as well. Because what difference does it make? Again, what difference does it make? For everyone who doesn't believe that Nichol Kessinger was involved, why would it have mattered if he went to the Lazy Dog or if he went to a baseball game that night or a football game or anywhere else? Why would it have mattered? Again, it's because of a plan. Yeah, exactly, Nithya. It's because as I believe, they were coming up with an actual plan at the Lazy Dog. At the Lazy Dog, I think that that is where they sat down and talked through everything that could go wrong that day. The time that Shanann is arriving, how he's supposed to do it, how they're going to clean up after themselves, what her role was, and then at the specific times that they were supposed to be at certain places, right? So this is what I believe. Again, this is just my opinion. You guys decide if that is plausible or not. But to me, that is the most likely thing that happened at the Lazy Dog, is that they were going through the plan of what was going to happen that Sunday night. And their Sunday night plan got thrown off because Shanann ended up arriving late. She got there on Monday morning instead of Sunday night. And on top of that, Shanann changed the password to her phone. And so whatever plan they were coming up with was completely ruined the minute that Shanann's flight got delayed and the moment that she changed her password on the phone. But again, you guys let me know what you think. This is just my opinion, but this is what I've been, putting together because this is what makes the most sense to me. Agree about the Lazy Dog. It's wild that he won't implicate her directly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Valerie. Yeah, he wants to talk about the Lazy Dog and how important that trip was to the Lazy Dog, but he won't he's still very careful about actually, putting blame on her, right? It's so weird after so many years. How are you still going to hold back such crucial information about your mistress? Let's continue.
Goes off. So obviously, she said something to him that night that he believes played a huge role in what he did.
Yeah.
Like a light switch in my head goes off, light switch in her head goes off, maybe it just like goes different direction. That was kind of like my last opportunity to kind of get out of this game.
What?
I wish I would have said, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my last opportunity, he says. That was my last opportunity. Maybe the whole thing would have gone a different direction. How is that his last opportunity? Why does he keep mentioning the Lazy Dog as being his last opportunity? Why? What if he stayed home? What if he went to the park? What if he had stayed home, to watch NASCAR? Would that have made a difference? No. No, it would not have made a difference because, again, he was being influenced by someone, and that someone was Nichol Kessinger. So he was still going to annihilate his family, whether or not he went somewhere else, right? But this is what he's saying, is his last opportunity to say no to Nicole was Saturday night, and he chose her. Again, what do we think that means? Let's go ahead and end our poll here at 113 votes. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, 113 votes. All right. Where do we think that Nichol Kessinger got her tacky shirt from? Bandimere Speedway, 33%. Walmart, Temu, or Amazon, 31%. And she stole it from her aunt, is still 31%. Oh my God. Oh man. And Ford Car Museum is the last one. All right. I want to ask you guys this question. Do we think that, again, I just want to see what you guys are at. Like, I want to see where you guys and your theories are at. So do we think that the Lazy Dog was the very last chance for Chris to walk out? Do we think Lazy Dog was last chance for Twistifer? Okay. And so here, I guess we will see, right, where we're at. What would our third option be? Yes, no, maybe, but need more evidence. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Yeah, so do we think the Lazy Dog was the last chance for Twistifer to walk away? He just said it himself, right? But again, anything that Chris says, we have to take with a grain of salt because he's an absolute liar. as well, right? He has omitted information and he has never fully been truthful. Even though the whole purpose, right, the whole reason that he wasn't given the death penalty was so that he can tell the truth. And he still has not told the truth to this day. To this day, 8 years later, and the man has still omitted information. Even though that's what the deal was for. Wow. He's such a scumbag. The only reason he's alive is because Shanann's family wanted him alive so that he can confess, and he still hasn't. Ugh, goodness. Eileen, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. I hope everyone had a great 4th. Thank you. You as well. You as well. Yeah, I hope you guys all had a really, really good weekend, a really good 4th of July. Hung out, got some good food, hung out with family, friends, loved ones, fur babies. The last chance for his marriage. Okay, so the question is, was that his last chance to not murder his family? That's the question. So do we think the lazy dog was his last chance to step away from murdering his family? That's what he said. Because when we look at let's go ahead and look at the calendar again. When we look at the calendar, we see that Saturday is what he says, right? He claims that this was his last opportunity, but he still had Sunday. He could have decided, you know what? I'm not going to murder my family on Sunday, right? On Sunday, he could have decided that. He also had the opportunity on Monday, right? Monday morning, he could have chosen not to murder his family. So he had 2 other opportunities. But Chris claims that the lazy dog was it. That was the end all be all, right? This was the day that he decided, I am going to murder my family, no matter what. And he still had Sunday and Monday to think about it, but he decided on Saturday. Do we believe that that's the truth? So that's the question. For me, it's yes. For me, I do believe that the lazy dog trip was it for him. That's what made him decide to murder his family, because it was part of the plan. And at that point, the plan was set. It was in motion, because it was already set in motion weeks prior, right? Even that Monday before, we have Chris Watts writing the to whom letter to his family, right? To his mom and his sister and his dad. And then he also has, Chris Watts is also Googling the distance of the Earth and the moon, because he's thinking about Nichol Kessinger, right? So all of this was already set in motion. So that means that Saturday was it. But then he could have changed his mind on Sunday, and he still didn't. On Sunday, let's look at what he did on Sunday. He's looking up the Dead Sea Scrolls. He's also looking up the fridge temperature, right? So he has already decided he's going to murder his family, because look at this. He's looking up Dead Sea Scrolls to get for Nichol. So, yeah. Even when we look at the calendar, it clearly tells us that Chris had already chosen that's what he was going to do. But again, you guys let me know. Need more evidence, 19%. No. And then yes is 60%. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and continue. I'll leave up the poll for you guys.
And I think that would have just put me on a different trajectory.
Some believe Nichol Kessinger decided to take action herself.
There are quite a few people who would tell us, and who do tell us, you need to look into Nikki more, Nikki Kessinger. All the way from the extreme end of things being Nikki's the one who ordered the hit.
She was there, hiding in the basement.
She was there.
Yeah.
So the extreme is she's the one who told Chris to do it. She's the real problem. All the way, that's the extreme side, and then all the way to, well, there were these texts where she was infatuated, she was in love, she was saying how good Chris was in the sack, and maybe we should look at her more. What would you say to those people?
Chris's answer here is very telling.
She had her moments where I had to talk her off a ledge kind of deal.
She had her moments where he had to talk her off a ledge. Absolutely not. She had nothing to do with this. Everybody's wrong. Nikki didn't do anything. This is all my fault. He said none of those things. His answer was he had to talk her off a ledge a few times.
It's and she would get worked up about nothing.
Did she really sit back waiting and expecting Chris Watts, the mindless sheep, to carry out their plan? Was she even capable of allowing someone else to take control of the situation and get things done? Letting Chris take charge wasn't exactly going well. You can see in Shanann's text that there was very much a back and forth where Chris would agree to work on things and then later change his mind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
Having a boy is a blessing. That's what he really wanted. Yeah. That's what he wanted. He wanted a baby boy. That is what he wanted. And that's why Shanann decided to give him that. And yeah, look at this. Sorry, I was trying to give him full attention. He's out for a run right now. No, he wasn't. He was not out for a run. We know what he was doing at that moment. And he was talking to Nichol Kessinger, right? He's out for a run. Yeah, right.
sure if that was like in the beginning or the end of part of the conversation or whatnot. That conversation was so many different ways. Like they'd gone from like staying together to not staying together to just like all the above.
Okay.
He wasn't doing a very good job of getting Shanann to agree to the terms of the separation and divorce that
Very
Nikki
low.
had laid out for them. She was so demanding that it makes you wonder whether she was ready to step in and make sure things were done exactly how she wanted.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I am having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath.
After the
Thank you for coming out with me, Twistifer. You're so adorable with that face and that head. They look like potatoes. That's what she's telling him. Thank you so much. Hurt Locker, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hurt Locker says, grave was dug Saturday night. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up our calendar. Calendar time. Calendar time. Yeah, so when we look at the calendar, the grave was either dug up on Friday or Saturday, right? What do we think? For me, I still think it probably happened on Friday. I still think it was on Friday because they were both off work that day. They didn't communicate. And here, let's go ahead and just pull up the phone records real quick. They didn't communicate at all on the 10th, right here, right? So again, the only communication that we see is at 9 p.m. that night. There is no communication between them. And I believe that this is because they did not want to give up any information, right? They didn't want to ping anywhere and they were together. So why would they need to talk to each other on the phone if they're together that day? But on the 11th, we see a lot more communication. We see communication from Chris and Jim. And then we also see that Nichol Kessinger is in Thornton the whole time. So if it was dug up, I think it was on this day. Absolutely. Look at where she's at. She's in Brighton. She's in Brighton, right? She's in Brighton the entire day. All of August 10th. She ends up in Thornton at 1:38. But what is she doing in Brighton? And what is she doing in Platteville at 9:05 in the morning? So that means that she's at work, even though she asked for the day off. So what is she doing in Platteville? Yeah, she's up there by Anadarko offices, and she's up there in Brighton where, she shouldn't be because she's off work. So let's just go ahead and look this up real quick. I just want to look up Brighton and Platteville so that we can, show you guys here. Because again, her records give so much information. She didn't realize that until she Googled it herself. All right, right over here. Okay, so this is what her Friday morning looked like. Let's go ahead and see. At 9:05 in the morning, she was in Platteville. So she's way up here. What is she doing there on a Friday? She was off that day, right? Is she not? And then look at that. At noon, she's in Brighton. So at noon, she went all the way down to Brighton. So this area here is Brighton. And then you have Platteville up here. Okay. The rest of the day, look at the rest of the day. She gets a call from Arvada. She gets another one from Greeley. Incoming call. Look at that. More calls, more calls. And all of them, she is still in Brighton. All the way till 1:12 p.m. She is still here in Brighton. What is she doing here in this general area here? On the 11th, she is in Thornton, right? So the next day she's in Thornton. So we can look at the next day. She has not left Thornton at all the next day. And so, yeah. So when we look at the calendar, I believe that the grave was dug up this Friday because she is in Brighton the entire time somehow, right? Somehow she's here. And Survey 319 is over here, right? Over in this area here. And that's where she's hanging out. Later that day, she ends up in Thornton at 1:38 p.m. So then she's here in Brighton, and then she ends up in Thornton, which is here, right? And then she's in North Glen. We also see her kind of hanging out in the North Glen area. And yeah, and then at 8:57, she's in Denver, and then the rest of it is in Thornton, which, she should be pinging from Thornton if she's home, because that is the general area where she was living, right? She's living around North Glen and Thornton, so she should be pinging from there if she's home. So the only times, again, that Nichol Kessinger pinged in Frederick were the 4 times that she was in Frederick or near Frederick, because at that time there was only one tower that was pinging in Frederick. So that's the one that was picking her up. So there weren't that many, you know. So even if people want to argue that she was probably just driving through to work and she's pinging, no, she could not have been pinging that morning because there was only one tower in Frederick at that time in 2018, and those towers do not go way out. Okay, they don't. She's not going to be pinging in Frederick when she's all the way down in Brighton. That's just not how triangulation works. And so again, right, when we see these calls, yeah, I think that they definitely went out and dug up the gravesite sometime that Friday, or maybe even here. Let's go ahead and see it again. Could they have done it on Saturday morning? No, because look, she's here at 2 in the morning, and then at 2 in the morning again. Oh, but look at this. There are no calls between Chris and Nichol Kessinger at all the morning of August 11th until 2:10 p.m. Wait a minute. That's interesting. What? So at 2:17 a.m. was their last call. And then she wakes up and doesn't talk to him at all until 2:10. But she talks to Jim for 3 minutes at 1:51 p.m. and then no calls with him at all that morning. Huh. That is very interesting. Hurt Locker, thank you so much, because now I'm wondering if it could have been that Saturday morning now, actually. Let's go ahead and look at the Saturday morning. Okay. Chris Watts Chris Watts drives the Lexus to Nicole. There's also the lazy dog. So it could be, right? That's really interesting. I had not seen that before or made that connection. Isn't that interesting, guys? That Saturday morning, Nichol Kessinger and Chris did not talk until 2:10 p.m. On a Saturday? On a Saturday where Shanann is nowhere to be found, right? Or she is. She's in Arizona, but she's not anywhere near Colorado. So why aren't they talking on the phone? That's so weird. Oh my God. Troy McCoy is super suspect. Yeah, I hope Troy didn't help. For some reason, he lied. Yeah, the things that Troy says are kind of sketchy, but I don't know. I still don't think that he was involved. And if he was unknowingly involved, kind of in the way that I think that Jim was involved. Dragon Onion, I did see your super chat. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much for the super chat. I think one of the worst parts is watching Shanann get gaslit for weeks. It just really hurts me every time seeing her messages. I know. Oh my God. Yeah. You know, seeing those messages is so heartbreaking because she was actively trying to work it out with Chris. She was putting in the work, putting in the effort, sending him all the books, talking to him every night, trying to get him to, meet her in the middle. Yet he's just gaslighting her. He's telling her, "Yeah, yeah, 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 sure, I'll go to Aspen with you." Even though the scumbag was actually trying to recycle that trip to take Nicole Kessinger. He knew he was gonna murder her, and he's still telling her, "Yeah, yeah, I'm happy to go on that Aspen trip with you," even though he knows that he's gonna take his mistress. It's so disgusting. Oh my god, I can't. I can't with the way that he carried himself at the very end, right? Like, if you're gonna do this to your family, at least be honest. Don't be gaslighting until the very last minute. He even told her that he wanted green beans for dinner. Green beans, really? Who picks green beans as their vegetable for dinner? This is how bland Chris Watts was, okay? Or is, I should say. He still is. I hope he's not getting green beans in prison. Mm. But oh my goodness, there was another super chat. Coffee and Dog Studio, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Wait, why isn't this? Oh, there we go. All right. Chris is in the weeds Monday morning to get a dump with Cody. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we know that. Troy went out to look for something, right? He dug up some of the evidence, and the evidence just ended up being shit, like actual. Oh my god. If Troy was innocent, why would he lie about his gas monitor alarm went off that morning? That's a good question, Jay Coverload. Very, very good question. There's a lot of questions regarding that morning and the morning after, especially with the water trucks showing up. There's a lot of questions. Why was Troy McCoy there when the water trucks showed up, even though, someone was supposed to sign off on the water trucks, yet he happened to be there and he's the one who signed off on it. He's like, well, I don't have any of my coworkers out here. I guess I can sign off on it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Anyway, let me get back to digging up Chris's shit. Because that's exactly what he did. He found Chris's shit. It's just, oh my God. I'm telling you, this case is crazy. The deeper we go, it gets more unbelievable and confusing the deeper we go. Let's continue.
The Lazy Dog date on Saturday. On Sunday, August 12th, Chris and Nikki spoke on the phone for 111 minutes. The same day that Shanann was to return from her trip.
Phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11. What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times. So, Sunday,
Okay.
I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Take a couple breaths and take a second.
Sunday night.
Let me
I
think.
don't
Let me
even
think.
know. I don't think I was concerned about anything at that point.
You guys had had a nice meal the night before. You knew his wife was probably coming home late that evening.
You know what? You know what?
Oh, that conversation? Yeah, I remember that conversation.
I don't know. Let me think. Oh, God. I'm just so devastated right now. Kevin, hold on. Give me a second. Let me just get myself together real quick. Oh, that call? Yeah, hold on. Let me think. Yeah, I don't really remember anything about that call, Kevin. That's something that you need to ask Anna Darko about, because I don't know. Wow. Again, everything that she does is a performance. She was crying, and then all of a sudden she isn't. She's like, oh, wait, which one? Yeah, it's when she's asked a question that she doesn't want to answer. All of a sudden, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's true, huh? I completely forgot about that call. Let me remember. I don't remember. Oh my goodness. Let's continue.
I still don't remember what we talked about.
That's the conversation that I can't tell you about.
You know what?
I've always believed
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't really remember.
that her reaction here revealed not only that she does have a memory of their conversation,
Honestly, we talk about so much random stuff, it's so hard to pinpoint some of these things.
but also that it was significant for her to not disclose what her and Chris discussed that night. The night right before Shanann got home, and Chris had possibly already his girls.
I don't remember what we talked about. I do remember that was a long phone conversation, though. We probably talked about all sorts of stuff. So the phone conversation, I don't remember what was in the phone conversation. Probably nothing of relevance, to be honest with you, but...
It's funny that Chris also doesn't remember anything they talked about. Only a couple of hours after this conversation with Nichol Kessinger, in the late hours of August 12th and into the early morning hours of August 13th, Chris Watts murdered his entire family.
And now to that unnerving moment. Chris Watts explains why he put the of his family into oil tanks.
Either you're this monster who says, I just want this young, hot girlfriend, so I'm going to kill everyone and hope it works out, or something.
I will love you and stand by you. And stand by you. As long as we both shall live. As long as we both shall live.
This story will forever be burned in our minds as one of the most shocking and senseless cases of the 21st century. Chris Watts' mask slipped and his true nature was revealed.
Yep.
In the words of D.A. Rorick, why did Shanann, Bella, and Cece, and Nico have to, in order for the defendant to get what he wanted?
Like I didn't know what it happened to me. So Nikki even asked me, like, have you done this before? Have you go straight away? I'm like, I've never even thought about it. It's like, what's different? It's like, I guess it's just you that's different.
Nicole's phone pinged in Frederick at 6:16 a.m. I don't know about y'all, but the phone ping is something I'll never get past.
Yeah.
If you can't explain to me why she was there at 6 a.m. on the same morning Chris Watts loaded his family into that truck, don't expect me to consider her an innocent woman. In over 6 years, there's been no explanation. Investigators have given us nothing.
Yep.
Not a single theory or reason for her having been there in Frederick that morning.
Yep.
And the phone ping is only one component. There are many other things to consider. Her behavior after the fact was suspicious, to say the least. First, Nichole has no alibi. We don't know where she was during that time frame because nothing was released to the public to clear her.
What did that cause you to do with your phone, though?
Oh, what, when I deleted those? I was just kind of grossed out by him, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now, but you just lied to me, and I don't want to see this come over my phone anymore. So I removed it. I deleted all of his stuff because he lied to me. I mean, that's what it was. It was the hurt that made me delete it, and then it was the lie that made me start questioning everything else he'd been telling me for the last few days.
So just for context.
It was the hurt that made me delete it, and it was the lie that made me remove it. So I just removed it. That is her explanation for removing all of the evidence against Chris, right? She is claiming that, oh, you're asking me about the deleted messages? Oh, that's what you're asking me about? Yeah, I was just so upset though, so I just removed that. Yeah, it's everything piled up on top of everything else. It's not just a ping. It's everything. It's how she behaved. It's her lack of care. She doesn't even cry about the victims at all. And the crying that we see is nothing but a performance. It's so fake. Everything is so fake about it. She doesn't remember anything. And then I'm reading the comments here. Yeah, Sharilla and Kessinger, the victims with amnesia. Thank you so much, Randy. It is so accurate. Both of these people are victims and they don't remember anything. I don't remember. I got the pots, says Sharilla. She's like, I don't remember. I'm just a breath of fresh air, is what she says. She remembers everything except for the things that actually matter, like the 111-minute phone call. Oh my God. And again, she is really, really trying, though, right? The whole time, the entire interview, she really tried her best to make herself a victim. And of course, Kevin bought it.
Yes.
When people delete stuff off phones, usually we go,
No. It wasn't malicious at all. It wasn't malicious at all. He lied.
No. It's not that. It's not that. Yeah, this is what Nichol Kessinger does. As soon as she's being challenged on something, this time it was Kevin challenging her, and he's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, though, that you'd remove those messages. No, Kevin, no. Don't even think of it that way. Oh, my God. It really is that I was hurt. Oh, don't you see how hurt I am? that she's really trying to convince him that she was hurt by saying, no, 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 no. She thinks that if she just says, no, 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 really, really fast 10 times, she's going to sound believable. Come on. And of course, Kevin is like, okay, yeah, that's totally legit. I totally believe this lie.
Lied to me. It just hurt. None of this other stuff would have happened. That's what it would have been. That would have been the end of it.
The information was not destroyed because there was anything in there that would be harmful to you or potentially to Chris at this point, but harmful to you in particular. That's not what you did.
No,
you did it out of, excuse my language, this guy's an asshole, so I'm getting it.
No, 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 no. The question was, again, stupid question for Kevin to ask the mistress. So you didn't delete the messages because there's something in there that is incriminating that might send you to prison? No, 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 no. No. What kind of question is that? He asked her a yes or no question. Of course she's going to say no. What is she going to say? Yes? Oh, yeah, actually, I did. That's exactly why I deleted all these messages. I mean, come on, Kevin. Of course he's going to say no. How about ask her a different question? Like, can you please tell me another reason why you deleted these messages? See what she says. See if she continues with her lies that, oh, she was just so hurt and, oh, he was lying to me and I don't like being lied to because I hate liars. Whatever else she would have said would have been way more than what she did right now. She just says, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. You believe me, right? When I say no, 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 3 times? Yeah, okay. Of course he did.
Get rid of him, and I'm getting this stuff off my phone.
That was like me kicking him out of my life. And then, like I said, and then realizing that he lied, that was when I was like, okay.
Not only did she delete stuff off her...
She says that was her kicking him out of her life, yet she still kept talking to him. Huh? So you're going to kick him out of your life, but then still give him a chance? Actually, hold on, Chris, come back. Come back. I know I kicked you out of my life last night when I said I'm just going to delete all your shit, but actually, come back. Hold on. I want to talk to you again. Yeah, can you please get on a 3-way phone call with the police? Because I want to hear what they say. Okay, so she's claiming that she kicked him out of his life, yet she's still calling him. She's still talking to him at 2 a.m. the next day so that she can get on a 3-way phone call with the police. So again, it doesn't make any sense. Is she actually kicking him out of his life? Or is she holding on, right, until she doesn't need him anymore?
Phone, but she demanded Chris to delete everything from his phone.
She told me to delete everything. I didn't delete everything. Okay.
Look at his potato head. Doesn't he have a potato head shape? Doesn't he? He looks exactly like a potato. Potato. Here, let's look up potato. Oh my God. Here, can you spot the difference? Which one is Chris? Which one of those is Chris? Here, let me just put a little eyeball next to it. Yeah, can you guys figure out which one is Chris? All of them. His shape is more like this one, isn't it? Or more like this one, maybe? Poor potatoes. They don't deserve to be insulted this way. Oh my gosh. I love potatoes. Like I said, you can make so many things from potatoes. You can't make shit from Chris Watts. Oh man. I mean, the guy doesn't have anything that is redeemable. Yeah, look, it definitely looks like a potato. But anyway, let's continue.
I'm not sure why I didn't delete everything, but probably helped you guys out a little bit. But
she told you to delete everything?
Delete all conversations.
Did she tell you why?
That deleted. I don't think you can ever delete a text message.
We're pretty good at getting deleted text messages.
Text messages between you and friends that reference anything that would be concerning regarding this case.
No.
Like talking about Chris. I think you told me that you've never even really talked with
my friends about him. No, and like my friend's dad died.
In Discovery, we see the time that she clocked out of work that day, but we've never seen when she clocked in. Nichol and Chris communicated a couple of times by text on the morning of August 13th.
Did you talk to Nikki afterwards? After all this happened?
On 13, yeah, 13 and 14.
What was that conversation like?
It was the 13th, kind of like, it was more text and then maybe a phone call.
She got home on Sunday. So did you ever talk to him late on Sunday night?
No, we were on the phone, but I mean, I had to let him go and get up and go to work.
That was the 9 to 11 call it was like a 2-hour phone call we talked about yesterday on Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 11.
And that would have been the last time that I talked to him until the work day on Monday.
And that's when he texted you at like 3:45.
No, we talked during work. Remember I told you he like randomly texted me throughout the day at work, but it was just like bullshit conversation.
Okay.
It wasn't like anything of
No substance. Okay.
She then asked him about a Metallica song called Battery, which happened to be the name of the containers that he was disposing of his children in.
Yeah.
The lyrics actually say, after Chris later called her to tell her his family was missing, she continued to talk to him on the phone. Chris told her where he was, which was at Survey 319.
Next.
And she asked him to prove it.
She thinks she's so adventurous, right? She thinks she's on an episode of, God, what is that show from Nickelodeon? It's like three or four kids that are always Rocket Power. There we go. She thinks she's on an episode of Rocket Power going down these sand dunes here. Not that one. But earlier she's like, oh my God, I'm going so fast. Get me, Chris. Did you record me? Do I need to do it again? You probably didn't get me, huh? I was going way too fast. Of course not. Chris is like, you're so damn sexy. Because she's going down the hill at -2 miles an hour. But of course, she thinks she's so fast. And again, she's doing all the things that Chris might like.
Why was this even a surprise to her when she said he told her ahead of time that he wouldn't be in the office because he was going straight out into the field?
Hips, lips, and hot rods. Nitro fish? Is that what it says? Nitro fish? Is that what that says? I hope it doesn't. I hope it does not say nitro fish. Because that would suck. Oh my God. All right, let's continue.
She told investigators it was common for them to do that, even though others said it wasn't. I'll never understand her asking him to prove he was at Survey 319. Did she want him to prove he was doing what he was supposed to be doing? And what was he supposed to be doing? She secretly listened to conversations with detectives.
Yeah.
She told Chris to put his phone in his pocket and call the detective back on his work phone so that she could be on his other phone listening in. She wanted to know what the investigators knew and hear what questions they had for Chris. Nichol Kessinger was so scared and paranoid during this time, she believed
V-Bug, nitro fish is what she smells like. Oh my God. What is a nitro fish? Oh my God. Oh man. This is Nichol Kessinger right here. I just Googled nitro fish and this is what came up. Oh look, nitro fish racing. Is that really it? Oh no. Did we really find nitro fish? Is that what she's wearing? Lips, hips. You know, I've never Googled this. And hot rods. Let's go ahead and look it up. Let's see if we can find a t-shirt. Oh man, nothing. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can find something here. I think we're getting to the bottom of something, guys. I think we're getting more evidence. All right. Hips, lips, and hot rods. The design is a popular vintage streetwear and rockabilly tee. That's what it says here. Okay, so you can purchase a specific tee for $19.99. Look, Etsy has it. A hot rod. I don't see the ones that she's wearing, though. Where's the one that she's wearing? No? No? So nothing with that. Okay, let's go ahead and put nitro fish. Maybe it's nitro fish, right? Is that what we think it is? Hey, I put nitro fish and that little fish keeps popping up, right? The one that looks like Nichol Kessinger. Oh, what? I think this is it. Do you guys think this is it? It definitely has that same look, right? The same vibe, maybe. Oh my goodness. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, rippin' lips. Okay, you can't see that one. Nitro fish here. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know where she got that t-shirt from. She probably did get it from Temu, the thrift store. Probably.
Law enforcement had Chris's phone and were secretly trying to pose as Chris while speaking to her.
In the 14th, she kind of like, I think she kind of thought something may have happened because they hadn't come back.
Why do you say that she might have thought that?
Her, she kept asking me like some weird questions. Like she kept asking like questions that only I would know, but she was testing if like it was actually me on the phone.
Why would it matter? If you haven't done anything wrong, why would you be worried about who you were talking to? Why did it matter if police had his phone?
Like,
what do you mean?
Like she would ask like, like what's my dog's name, or like what do I like, what yoga studio do I go to, or something like that. She's like, like I'll just answer like and then like another thing about, I'm not sure if this is you. And just like, okay.
Is this through text or is this through calls? Oh, okay. So she wasn't hearing your voice. Okay.
Yeah. Possible she thought you'd been arrested and we were on the phone.
More, either Shanann had my phone or somebody else had my phone, or like maybe maybe she thought it was the.
If she's asking you your name, your dog, and what yoga studio, and
yeah, well, maybe she thought maybe I was with Shanann. Now she was just trying to find out who she was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like some of the conversation like on the 14th got a little weird. I think that's when she met with CBI or something, or FBI. I'm not sure who she met with first.
So she talked to you after she met with?
No.
Oh,
so it's like she had told me like, this is the last time you'll probably hear from me. I'm going to stay at my friend Jim's place. All this is all going on. Should not contact her until this is done.
What? Hold on. Okay. So Chris just said that Nichol Kessinger told him on the 14th, this is the last time that you're going to ever talk to me. Contact me when this is all over, is what Nichol told him. And this was on the 14th. So was it via text or was it via call? As we know, on the 14th, right, the morning of the 14th, Nichol Kessinger was on the phone with Chris Watts during that three-way phone call where he's talking to police. So was it during this call? Is this when Nichol told him, hey, you're never going to hear from me again after this unless you get it straightened out? Or was it via text? Boops. Nitrofish Racing competed at Bandimere Speedway 2018 Mopar Mile. Oh my God. So it is that. Oh my goodness. So it is. So it's probably a nitrofish. Right. So it's what we suspected. So it's definitely something that she got from Bandimere Speedway, right? Because again, that photo, let's go ahead and just pull up the photo again. The photo of her standing in front of her car with the shirt, it looks new. And not only does it look new, but just looking at the background of the photo, it looks like they are at Red Rocks because of the rock type. It's red sandstone that is behind them. So let's go ahead and pull it up again. So it looks like, here, where is it? Right over, okay, right here. Here it is. Okay. So this is the photo of her car, right? So when we look at this, we can clearly see that the rocks behind are red sandstone. This is all sandstone. So it looks like they are in Morrison right now during this picture. And so if we pull up the photo of her, right, this is her at the sand dunes. So she's wearing the exact same shirt, but it looks like she bought it at Bandimere Speedway because we have the other photo of her standing in front of her car. All right, we have this one here. She's standing in front of her car and she's wearing Chris's hat. This is the hat that Chris is wearing at the sand dunes, right? It's right here. So she's wearing his hat. This is at the sand dunes. So then we can assume that this photo then was also taken at the sand dunes. But she's wearing the same shirt. So this is what we're trying to figure out is where did she buy the shirt? When were the photos taken? And in what order? Because when we look at this, it looks like this might be out at the sand dunes. This is obviously out at the sand dunes. And look at this. So let's go ahead and zoom into this one. This one, oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Right here. There it is. Wow. Yeah, there it is. Nitro Fish Ultimate Gear. So they got this at Bandimere Speedway and she wore it again the following weekend. I wonder if she washed it. I hope she did. If not, then she's definitely smelling like nitro fish up at this point. Chris is probably like, what is that smell? And she's like, it's my t-shirt. I didn't wash it, Chris, from the last time that we played Twister together. I was wearing this shirt, you remember? Yeah, that's why it was a little nitro fishy that night. Ugh. Oh my God. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks like she bought it at the Bandimere Speedway and she wore it the following weekend because this is it right here. Bandimere Speedway. Let's go ahead and see if we can find the photo of her at Bandimere Speedway wearing that t-shirt again. Here, let's see here. This one, where is she at? Oh my goodness. Okay, so she's wearing hiking shoes in this one. All right, see, look at that. So she's wearing her boots. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Close your eyes, guys. If you don't want to get blinded, please close your eyes. Here we go. So she's wearing boots. She's wearing hiking shoes. Oh, look, she has a tattoo. Is that a tattoo on her ankle? I doubt she washed it. KTD. Yeah, doubt she washed it, right? Yeah, look, she's got a tattoo there. Yeah, so Nitro Fish, Bandimere Speedway. Yeah, hips, lips, and hot rods. Wow. Let's go ahead and see another photo here. Let's go ahead and pull up another one. Let's just go ahead and see if there's anything else that we can find. All right, here's another one. This photo was taken at a different time, but look, she's wearing the same shirt. Same shirt. It looks like it's probably her favorite. She just keeps wearing it for every single outing that she sees Chris. She's like, oh my God, Chris, does this shirt make your heart beat faster? Does it make you go vroom? Right? That's what he says. Oh, you fire me up. You light me up. You made me go vroom, just like a little Fiat. So ridiculous. What is another one? Here, let's go ahead and pull up another photo of them. I'm just trying to, just doing some detective work here. So let's see if there's another one of her out wearing that shirt and she's in front of her car. Let's see here. Here, maybe I should just bring this up here. All right, so this is what we're looking at. Is there another one? Is there another one? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up this photo maybe. So this one, yeah, so that's her at the sand dunes wearing the shirt underneath. She's wearing this shirt here, but the background does not look like sand dunes. It looks like they might be somewhere else. So again, I'm going to say that she bought this at the Bandimere Speedway. She wore it at Bandimere, took it off, probably didn't wash it, and took it back out to the sand dunes the following weekend. Wow. I bet that is a Nitro Fish hat. Oh my God. Here, let's go ahead and pull up the photo. It does look like a fish, doesn't it? All right, here, let's go ahead and pull up the photo real quick of Chris wearing his hat. She's wearing the hat too, so. Okay, right here. Oh my God, Chris. All right, here, how can I make this smaller so that I can zoom over? All right, here it is. Okay. Yeah, what is that? Is this Nitro Fish? Is this the Nitro Fish brand? Nitro Fish hat, maybe? Let's go ahead and look up the Nitro Fish hat. All right, so when we pull up Nitro Fish hats, it shows up the actual Nitro Fish. So it shows this, right? So the actual fish. This one says Nitro Fish Racing. All right, let's see if we can see maybe another one. Yeah, I wonder where he bought that hat. And how is he going to pass it off to Shanann? Hey, look, I got this hat when I was hiking. Yeah, where did you get it? Or is that a hat that he was already wearing? Yeah, right. It looks like it says IOC. IOC. IOC hat. Okay, nothing here. All right, let's see if we can do a reverse image search. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this into a reverse image. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and you just grab this photo in here, put it in here. All right, so this is a Bluff special edition midnight fitted trucker hat. What? Okay, so it looks like, I don't know. I don't think that's right though, right? Here, let's go ahead and pull it up here. All right, so when I fed it into Google, it pulled this up, but I don't think that's right because that's what this looks like, and this is not it. Yeah, it's not it. That's not it. Yeah, it looks like it says JOC, or is it IOC? It looks like it says IOC, right? Okay, let's see. What if we feed it? Let's see here. I'm going to feed it to ChatGPT. Where is this from? I'm going to ask it. Where is this from? Let's see what it says. It's thinking. Oof. Okay, so it looks familiar. I can identify it with confidence. It is stylized, custom. So it could be a streetwear skateboard logo. Okay, it just does not have. Is it the green acid? The green acid? IOC. Where is this from? The green acid? Do you guys want me to look up the green acid? What is that? The green acid. I looked up green acid. It literally pulled up green acid, so it's not it's not that. Skater boy. Yeah, he's a skater boy. Is this a skateboarding brand? IOC. Okay, green IOC hat logo skateboarding. Where did he get his hat? Nothing. Okay, well, hey, if we can find it, then let's find it. If you guys can find it, I'm going to keep Googling this green hat. But okay, so our search doesn't pull up that they bought it at the Bandimere Speedway. So this might just be one of Chris's old hats. This is just something that he wears because he's a poser. He thinks he's a skater boy, but he's not. He thinks he can skate. That's probably why Nichol took him out. She's like, oh my God, you remember your skater days? Let's go. Yeah, I'll take you, but it's going to be sand this time. At least you can get a full body exfoliation treatment. Yeah, the IOC, International Olympic Committee. The International, what is it? Olympic Committee? International Olympic Committee, IOC. Let's see, I'm going to put the hat. Let's see here. Oof, no, it really, This is all actual Olympics hats, though. Hmm. Oof. I think we're hitting a dead end here. We can't, I don't know. Where is this hat? I want to find where the hat is from. Try Google Lens. Okay. I've searched for hours because I was trying to connect it to the Great Sand Dunes area. You won't find it. Really, Boops. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely trust you, Boops. I mean, you've been doing this deep dive so insanely, just like I have. So I definitely believe it. Okay. All right. So I mean, I'll keep searching. I'm gonna keep Googling and do some more reverse and search on the hat, try and figure out where he got it from. But yeah, I think that we have narrowed down that Nichol Kessinger bought this specific shirt was purchased at Bandimere Speedway. It says Nitro Fish, and as we know, Nitro Fish was competing at the Bandimere Speedway in 2018. Bandimere Speedway. Let's go ahead and put Nitro Fish. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it's right here. In 2018, the famous Nitro Fish brand sponsored L.E. Tonglet in the NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle class. Yeah, look at that. From July 20 and 22nd of 2018. They were there on July 21st. It's actually the exact time that they were there. Yeah, Thunder on the Mountain. Remember, Nichol Kessinger says that she doesn't remember what the event was called. It was called Thunder on the Mountain, and it's right here. Wow. Yeah. The 2018 season was highly successful for the Nitro Fish Tonglet partnership, with the rider taking home the prestigious pro stock motorcycle Wally, I guess. The Nitro Fish brand, owned by Pennsylvania entrepreneur, has a rich history in the NHRA. Wow. I bet the hat is Nitro Fish too then, right? Yeah. So the hat might also be related to either the Bandimere Speedway or the Ford car museum. Because she's wearing it, right? That's the thing, is Nichol Kessinger is wearing Chris's hat, and I don't think she would be wearing it if someone else got it for him, right? And again, she's very petty in my opinion. I think that she is the type of person that she just wouldn't like anything that Shanann got for him. So she would want to get it for him. And so I think that that's another reason that she didn't want to get in the Lexus, right? Because she didn't like that she was driving in another woman's car. And so I don't think that she would be wearing that hat if Shanann got it for him. But you guys let me know what you think. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't think she would do that though, unless she got it for him. No, that's the wrong photo. This one's too tiny. I don't like how it looks. Here, let's go ahead and pull it up again. It's up here. Yeah, it's just like a combination. It's all mixed in here with all the other photos. Okay, where's the one that I'm trying to find? Okay, it's right here. This one. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so when we look at this photo here, okay, let me go ahead and just make it a little bit smaller. Smaller, so that you can all see it. Okay, right here. Okay. Yeah. Look, she's wearing it. Yeah, the fact that she calls, Shanann the other woman, there's no way that she's going to be wearing this if Shanann got it for him. She's wearing the hat, and she's wearing the t-shirt. So this hat, I think that he got somewhere during a date with Nichol Kessinger. So any one of their dates together, that is where he purchased this hat. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Of course we are. Whatever search we have to do, but it was definitely purchased on one of these little outings here. If it was either the Saturday, one of these Saturdays here, or it was probably any other time that they went out and saw this hat and she got it for him. Who knows? But I do believe that she got it for him, and that's why she's wearing it. I don't think he got this himself, guys. I really don't think she got I don't really think that he got this himself or that Shanann got it for him. I think she bought it for him at one of their dates just because of how proud she is wearing this man's hat. Again, a married man. Okay, she knows that he's married. She knows that his wife is out of town for the entire month, and here she is wearing his hat. Just like like a high school girl. Oh my god, my boyfriend got this hat. Let me wear it. Can I wear your shirts? Right. Oh my goodness. Again, just more convincing, right? This is more of the convincing that Chris Watts needed. He loved seeing this woman wearing his matching hats and whatnot. And then the matching shirts. Somebody mentioned earlier that they were wearing the matching shirt with the blocks. Yeah, that's another thing. How weird and obsessive do you have to be for a grown woman to want to match with her boyfriend? This one here. Let's go ahead and look, right? This is a shirt that he was wearing, still plays with blocks. And here she is, right? She's taking the photo for him. This is the photo for him, right? She's like, "Oh, look. Look, we have matching t-shirts. That's how you know that we're soulmates." That's how they knew. They have matching middle names and matching t-shirts. That's how they knew that they were twin flames. That's when they rub their foreheads together. Oh, Chris. We have matching t-shirts. We have matching foreheads. And we have matching middle names. Murder your family for me, Chris. We belong together. We belong together. Oh my God. How absolutely ridiculous. It's just, it's so cringy. But anyway. Yeah, like she's taking ownership of Chris by wearing his hat. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Julia. Yeah, I mean, it's something that you do when you're in a relationship, right? You like to, wear each other's clothing or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Are the men really wearing, the girlfriend's tank tops? Probably not. But, it's what women do. Some women like to wear their boyfriend or their husband's shirts, it's all long and flowy. And they're like, oh, look. That's what I get from Nichol, right? That she's wearing his hat because she's taking ownership of him. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Where are we at with our poll? Do we think that that was the last chance for Christopher was the lazy dog? Yes. So we have 116 votes in and we have 66% agree that, yeah. So yeah, Chris decided that he was going to murder his family when he went to the lazy dog with Nichol Kessinger, which tells us that that was a plan, right? There was definitely a plan already in the works. And this is what convinced Chris that he had to do it. I know, Roxy busting out of Mariah Carey. Oh, man. All right, guys. Oh, my goodness. Should we continue? Let's go ahead. Oh, my goodness. We still have a whole 30 minutes left of this video. All right, we're going to go ahead and end it here. We still have an entire 40 minutes of this video. And yeah, I knew this was going to take a long time because when it comes to the day of the murders, there are way too many different moving parts. Right? We are looking at her phone records. We're looking at the calendar. Now we're even looking at the shirts that she's wearing to try and pinpoint exactly where she was, where this happened, how did this entire, relationship come to fruition in just 6 weeks. I mean, come on. Amanda, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh. Welcome to members. Welcome to Diamond. Yes, let's go ahead and celebrate. Celebrate Amanda becoming a member. What's up? What's up? Let's see. It was great to see you last night in True Crime Metrics. Oh, yes. Yeah, you guys are letting me know about True Crime Metrics. Yeah, I got to check him out. Got to check him out. He's doing some Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts deep dives as well, right? Yeah, I got to check him out. For sure. Who knows? Maybe we can do a little collab. Yeah, he enjoyed wearing them, and Kay didn't wash them either. Ugh, my God. I wonder if it's one of those shirts that has scratch and sniff. Right? Right, where it says Nitrofish, you can scratch it and then you can sniff it. Chris is like, oh my God. Oh, Nichol, I miss you so much. I'm addicted. So then that's why he got his shirt. Gross. Let's continue.
Mr. Watts, why did you kill your wife and 2 children?
What did you confess?
After Nicole got word that Anadarko was about to hand over emails that they had discovered between her and Chris, and after deleting all evidence from her phone, Nikki reluctantly decided to come forward.
Special Agent Philip Jones. Today's date is August 15th, 2018. Interviewing Nichol Kessinger.
So I met Chris at work. He's not like one of my direct coworkers. He just like works kind of in passing in the same office building as me. I met him, I don't know, probably around the beginning of June, maybe before that. And we kind of talked in passing and then started to get to know each other. We started hanging out pretty frequently around, I want to say like the last week of June, somewhere around there. And have continued to talk until then. He informed me that he did have 2 kids. I knew that he had 2 daughters. He also told me that he was currently in the process of a separation from his wife. Monday afternoon, he told me that she was like gone and he didn't know where she was. And at that point, I don't think that it set off any alarms in my head. And then yesterday rolled around and she's still not around. And that started to seem really concerning for me, that people still don't know where she is. And they don't know where those little girls are. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I hope something did not happen to her and did not happen to her children. And that was when I decided that it's probably a good idea to just come talk to you guys and just let you know that I've been spending time with Chris. And that's as far as this got. And that's as far as this got.
That's as far as this got. That's what she says. That's as far as this got. Nicole has the audacity of saying, you know, that is as far as we got with all of this information. All of this. With the email of her contacting Chris, telling him, I want what you have. I want that beautiful life that you and your wife have built together. Those beautiful children. Oh my God, they're so cute. That's what I want. And out of respect for myself, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I think that we should be friends instead because you're married and you have the life that I want. Yet she's claiming that he told her, he told me that he has 2 daughters, and he also told me that he's in the middle of a separation and a divorce. Okay, well, what about the email then? She contradicted herself and she lied in her very first phone conversation with police and then continued to lie every single time that she was asked if Chris was actually going to divorce his family. She's like, yeah, he told me that from the very first day. And we know that it's not true. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's quite a statement. What does she mean by that?
I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried about his wife and kids. Like, really worried about his wife and kids. Like, I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. And it's just freaking me out because those little girls are like, they're so little. And she's pregnant, and it's like, where's their mom? Where are these babies? And it makes me sad. And it's just this whole combination of like, she's still not back. And then him lying to me. And I'm just like, I don't.
What?
I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried about his wife and kids. Like, really worried about his wife and kids. Like, I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. And it's just freaking.
I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. No one knows where they're at. What? Oh my God. What is she screaming about? Yeah, even her dog is screaming.
I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried about his wife and kids. Like, really worried about his wife and kids. Like, I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. And it's just freaking me out because those little girls are like, they're so little.
It's freaking me out because those girls are, they're so little. And then you hear the dog in the back. What is happening? Even the dog knows. She did something. And the police is just not even listening. The police is like, that's kind of weird. Why is she talking like this? Why is she saying they're so little? What is going on? She is spazzing out. It is so fake. So fake. We need to listen to this again. Let's hear it a third time.
I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried.
I think he's a really good guy. Oh, come on. Where is that call?
I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried about his wife and kids. Like, really worried about his wife and kids. Like, I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. And it's just freaking me out because those little girls are like, they're so little. And she's pregnant, and it's like, where's their mom?
There's a little, and she's pregnant. And that's like, where's their mom?
Where are these babies? And it makes me sad. And it's just this whole combination of like,
the babies, it just makes me sad. This whole combination of like, the combination is what makes her sad, not the fact that a woman is missing. So it's the combination. Oh, it's the combination. It's because she's a mother. And the kids are so little. And then the dog's laughing in the background. That combination is what made her worried, apparently. Oh.
She's still not back. And then him lying to me. And I'm just like, I just felt like I needed to talk to you guys and tell you guys, like, I'm concerned. I'll help you any way that you guys need help.
Anyway, you guys need help, but I'm concerned. And her dog in the background. Feed me. You haven't fed me in 3 weeks. Ever since you left for that trip to the sand dunes, lady. Where's my food? What is happening here? Nichol Kessinger can't even fake it on the phone. She is so fake. Where is that phone call? We have to listen to that phone call. V-Bug dog. Please, officer, she's evil. Yeah, the combination. Are we all so confused about the combination statement? What combination? What is she talking about? So she's only sad because it's a combination of victims? Is that what she's saying? Oh, the woman being missing, that's not what makes me sad. It's the combination that makes me sad. Oh, there's a child. And then the combination of another child. Oh, and they're so little. That combination also makes me sad. She's saying a lot of words that don't need to be said, right? She's definitely very desperately trying to sound sad and worried, and it's not coming off as sad and worried. It's coming off as fake. I have to hear it just 1/4 time. I'm so sorry. I know you guys are probably like, what the hell? We've heard this already. Let's go ahead and hear it just one last time.
You know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, and it's really hard for me to process this because I think he's a really good guy. And, I'm worried about his wife and kids. Like, really worried about his wife and kids. Like, I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. And it's just freaking me out because those little girls are like, they're so little. And she's pregnant, and it's like, where's their mom? Where are these babies? And it makes me sad. And it's just this whole combination of like, she's still not back. And then him lying to me, and I'm just like, I just felt like I needed to talk to you guys and tell you guys, like, I'm concerned. I'll help you any way that you guys need help.
This is when Nichol Kessinger came in for her interview. Not her interrogation. She was not interrogated.
You can get...
That was the call that she made to police. That was it. She's claiming that she came forward after she found out that her boyfriend might have probably done something to his family. And that is what she said over the phone. They're so little. Where's their mom? And it's the combination of them being missing and his lies. And I know that you guys need help, and that is exactly why I came forward today. No, it's not that Anadarko has the emails that I sent to him at the very beginning of the relationship. No, it's not that there's incriminating, messages out there and emails that I don't want people to know about. No, it's not that. No, it's not that my daddy told me to come talk to you guys. No, it's because I'm concerned. And please believe me when I say that I'm super concerned because you don't know where she's at. I don't know where she's at. Where is she? We're supposed to believe that she is concerned because of the way that she acted over the phone. I mean, come on. Yeah, exactly. Jay Coverload. She sounds guilty, right? That to me sounds like a guilty person, not someone who's actually worried, because no one sounds like that. And no one's dog is going to be trying to tell the police, hey, it's her. She helped, right? Your dogs are not going to be throwing you under the bus unless you actually did something. Just like Chris Watts. Those dogs were throwing him under the bus too. And now you hear her dog's like, I didn't get fed for 3 days. While they were at the sand dunes. She had her friend Jim over and he fed me broccoli. You're right. Her dog is just crying because Jim fed him broccoli. Oh, man. Yeah, this is the same guy that Nichol Kessinger claims that her dog liked. She's like, yeah, my dog loves Jim. At the same time, Jim is feeding the dog broccoli, and that's why he's crying. I want real food, not this shit. Oh, man, she sounds like a psychopath. She's so nosy. She wants to know everything. Oh, yes, 100%. She's fishing for information, like I've said, right? She's fishing and she wants all of the information, all the details of everything that they have against her. My goodness. Let's continue. Is this going? I'm like, is this
Get
going?
up and leave at
There
any
it is.
time. You don't have to talk to us. If there's a question you don't want to answer, don't answer it. If you don't want to talk anymore, just tell me I want to leave. You're not being interrogated as a criminal suspect. We're here to understand your relationship with Chris and what you know about Chris and his family.
Everything was on her terms. In fact, I believe there was an agreement from the start that Nichol would not be made out to be Chris's why, his motive.
So if his wife was not pregnant, and forgive me, but if he takes her out of the picture, you're never going to know that she was pregnant, right?
What do you mean takes her out of the picture? Like,
If he her, she's out of the picture. You're never going to know if she was pregnant. If he can get away with, you're not going to, I got divorced from my wife. You said, do you understand what I'm saying here? If she's gone,
but this,
don't leave.
Hypothetically,
please.
This is where Daddy-O chimes in. He doesn't like this line of questioning.
Yeah.
Watch how quick Nichol turns to her dad.
You're not going to, I got divorced from my wife. Do you understand what I'm saying here? If she's gone,
but this,
don't leave.
Hypothetically,
please.
Yeah.
Don't
Hypothetically,
leave.
if she,
Okay.
you understand where I'm going. If
Right,
you
but
didn't know,
you're leading into questions that are nothing with your.
if you didn't know,
You're leading into questions that are nothing with your.
I love to try to finish people's sentences. What does he mean? You're leading into questions that are nothing with your...
You're leading into questions that are nothing with your.
What? Your line of questioning that you agreed to? Whatever deal you guys have worked out?
Wait, Nick.
that she was there.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm following you. I just want her to answer a question that relates to, she said something that's important, that if he didn't have a child on the way, or if she didn't know that, she would have continued the relationship, right? And he called you and said, I'm divorced from my wife. And he gets away with this. Do you understand what I'm thinking from his aspect?
I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it because I'd be like, where did she go?
Okay.
When Chris Watts finally broke down and admitted to the affair, he specifically asked them to keep Nichol out of it.
Who's her? So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like it's something like this. I don't want her involved in this. Okay. I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved. Because she's a wonderful person. Like, I mean, she knew I was married. Yes, I know you want to take care of her because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So
that if he didn't have a child on the way, or if she didn't know that, she would have continued the relationship, right? And he called you and said, "I'm divorced from my wife," and he gets away with this. Do you understand what I'm thinking from his aspect?
I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it because I'd be like, where did she go?
Okay.
When Chris,
where did she go? I still wouldn't do it because, like, where does she go? She says. So, Crime Catalyst said something that I've never even thought of before. The thing that Dwayne says, right? He stops Kevin and his question and he says, this is not in line with your what, right? Like, your what? This is not in line with what we agreed with, right? So it does tell us that there may have been an agreement before Nichol Kessinger walked in and started talking to detectives. And so this is what Nichol Kessinger is looking over to Daddy for, because they had an agreement before she even walked in. Don't ask me these questions. You can't ask me certain questions that might incriminate me. And so, yeah, that is exactly why it looks like she looks over to Daddy as soon as she becomes threatened by that question. She looks over and goes, Daddy, chime in anytime. Yeah, this is the opportunity. If there's any opportunity to have your daughter's back, it's right now. And that's why he chimes in and says, hold on, hold up. This is not what we agreed to. You can't ask her these questions. It almost seems like that's what's happening, right? Holy shit. So it looks like, yeah, there was definitely an agreement. She walks in and says, I will only talk to you guys if my dad is present because he makes me feel safe. I've said this before. You guys let me know if you agree with me. But I think that she also probably weaponized the nudes that police had on her. I think, and again, you guys let me know what you think about this. But, just knowing what we know about Nichol Kessinger, I think that she walked in and she says, I know a lot about, I know a lot about Chris. I know everything that he did in the summer because I'm the mistress. But also, I don't feel comfortable talking to you guys by myself. I'm going to need my dad here because you guys have a lot of pictures of me and I don't feel comfortable talking to a room full of men without my dad here. And so she probably weaponized the fact that there are nudes, right? That there are photos of her and that these officers have seen them. And so I think that they were probably also just tiptoeing around her and not trying to make her feel uncomfortable. Any little thing that would make her feel uncomfortable, that would make her leave, that's what they were trying to avoid. So they made her as comfortable as possible. Oh, what do you need? Do you need water? Do you need chips? We don't want to make you uncomfortable. Please just answer our questions. We're not going to say anything incriminating. We don't want to threaten you. None of that. So it makes sense that they were treating her like a victim the whole time because she made herself a victim from the first moment, right? From day one. She made herself a victim in the way that she approached police by saying, I have this information, but I need you guys to protect me. Protect my decency, please. Please don't show any of these photos to anybody. And please, I want to feel comfortable when I'm talking to you guys. I think, hey, I don't know, right? It's possible. It's possible that she used every little thing to her benefit, including the nudes. I wouldn't put it past her. I really would not. Yeah, she played it perfectly. Exactly, Sunlime. Yeah, Coder was playing along. This was solely to put her story on record. Yeah. Yes. And maybe that's why Kevin acted the way he did because of an agreement. At least the last two discussions, he sounds more impatient. Yeah, I agree with you, Debbie. He does sound more impatient towards the end. He does sound like he's kind of over it and over her lies and the fact that she doesn't remember anything. But yeah, it sounds like an agreement, right? Are we in agreement here? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up another poll here. All right, so do we agree that NK was given an agreement, right? Do we think that she was given an agreement? And everything that we have seen so far points in that direction, right? I mean, the interview alone, the fact that she had her dad there, it's unheard of. This has never happened before. A 30-year-old woman bringing her dad to a quadruple homicide interview, that doesn't happen. And again, she's not being interrogated, so I get it. But even then, if you're being interviewed, why do you need your daddy? Do we agree NK was given an agreement? And then not sure is going to be the last one. Oh my God, this video has a lot. We've gone through so much in this video. I was just trying to watch it, but we have been adding a lot of things to our calendar, piecing a lot of little things together that were kind of just floating around in the air. And yeah, and now we know she nitro fished Kobach with those nudes. Exactly. Yeah, she used the excuse that she's got nitro fish photos. She's like, have you seen the photos of my fish? Please don't. I don't feel comfortable looking at them. I need to bring my daddy. Yeah, I think that she used everything in her power to her benefit. There are calls with NK that weren't recorded. There are a lot of, oh my God. I need to write this down. The call that we just heard, I've never heard it before. I need to find it. It's probably in Discovery. I just have not found it yet. Was that the first? That was the first call, right? Yeah, guys, if you guys can help me out. If you guys know where that phone call is at, the one that we just heard of her going, that one, send it my way. I have not found it. What in the world? Okay, so find call. So we need to find the first call of NK. I'm more comfortable with my daddy seeing the nudes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, right? If you're gonna bring someone, yeah, go ahead and bring daddy. She don't want to bring her mom. She's like, no, I don't want mommy to see my nudes. Daddy, though, it's fine. Oh, this Dr. Pepper is so gross. It's so hot now. All of my ice melted and tastes like shit. Yeah, I think she eventually admitted that she was there that morning, but she said that he did shenan and that she was scared. And when he left the girls, they were still alive, so he could claim just to be a witness. Right. Oh, right. So we're talking. Okay, and then he left and the girls were still alive, so she could claim to be a witness. Right, because the girls were still alive. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, the crystals were under Cece's bed. Yeah, she is a creep. Oh, man. But can you conspire in a murder and be given immunity? That is a good question, right? Trail. Absolutely good question. And that is a question that we are exploring in the documentary because all of this points to Nichol Kessinger being given some type of deal, right? She was given some type of immunity. She was definitely protected. None of the things that she said were ever really challenged. So the question that we are testing and really looking into is, can the police still give total and complete immunity to who they think is a victim at the beginning of the case? And can that immunity be taken away once they find out that the victim that they gave immunity to is actually a suspect? That's the question that we're trying to get to the bottom of. Because if they found out that she was involved, could they take back the immunity? Can they say, you know what, never mind? This agreement is no longer, it's just not an agreement anymore because you're guilty of something, right? Do they take away that immunity? Or did the agreement that they give her completely just shielded her from anything? Is that what happened? Because how can that happen? How can she be shielded from everything, even with an immunity deal? It just, it doesn't make any sense to me. But again, I don't work for the criminal justice system. I've never been part of law enforcement, so I don't know how that would work. Her immunity deal was part of his plea, in my opinion. She was going to admit that she saw him kill Shanann and that the girls were alive when he put him in the truck. Okay, so we think that her deal was also part of Chris's plea deal, so they're kind of together. Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Because she lied, the immunity should be thrown out. Exactly, right? So that's what we're trying to figure out. If she lied, can the immunity be thrown out? Or was it part of the deal that they also gave Chris? Because if that's part of the deal, then even if she was found guilty of things, they can't charge her for it. But how can they not? How can they not? Especially if she was actually involved. It's just so weird. I can't find footage anymore that shows talking to the neighbors, and they said that they saw a man in a truck just sitting there. And he threw a beer can on the street the next morning and days. I think it was I think it was Jim. Regina, thank you for that. A trial would have buried her. Yeah, I mean, imagine Nichol Kessinger trying to talk to a prosecutor while she's on the stand. This would not fly in front of a jury. I 100% believe that if she had gone in front of a jury, she would have been completely buried. No one would believe any of her lies because look at the way she's acting. Did NK ask if they found Bella and Celeste before Chris confessed? That's a good question. I don't know. Does anybody know the answer to that? I think it was actually around the same time. So when we have here, so she walked into the interview right here, right on the 16th. So was she already saying anything about Bella and Cece the days before? Right? That's a good question. Yeah, we definitely need a trial for her. Yeah, right? Because if she walked in on the 16th, then if she mentioned anything about the girls before Chris confessed, then that means that she knows more information. Chris was arrested on the 15th. She walks into her second interview. Okay, so that means that her first interview was right here. That's the one that we just heard. The one that she's like, "Wah, wah." That's the one that we need to find to listen to the full thing. And then she walks into her second interview and we find that she contradicted herself in the second, and then she contradicted herself again in the third. And then there's another interview on the 21st where she contradicts herself again. And then her last interview was on the 23rd via phone, a bunch of contradictions as well. So a total of 5 interviews with Nichol Kessinger. And we really only have access to 2 of them where she was filmed. The other interviews that are phone interviews are not even complete. Some of them are cut off in the middle. They're scattered all over the place. Again, we have to wonder why. Why is it that her calls are not complete? Why don't we have all the information in the discovery? Why are we missing her phone logs from the entire month of June? If Nichol Kessinger was talking to Chris Watts prior to July, why don't we have her information? It would have been so important to see all of the calls from June through July, because that would have given us more details about whether or not she was lying. When did they actually meet? Right? When did they meet? If we have her phone records from June and May, then we would see that they were texting or calling prior to June. But again, we don't have that information because the police did not provide it. Yeah, simple. They covered it up. Yeah. If the kids were alive when he put them in the truck, it should be shown in the neighbor's video as well. I strongly feel that the babies were no longer alive when he put them in the truck. Yeah, Maria. Yeah. From the park, they sent her home and they said that there are kinds of questions that they were going to be asking you where we have to get this on tape. We need the June calls, 100%. We need those June calls. Those are missing. We have everything after that, but we do not have the June calls. Where are they? I've seen it too. The police officer said, "Welcome to our world," when the person who saw this person in the car and said he dropped a can and came back. Yeah. If you guys have access to those videos, please send them my way. I would love to watch those with you all. They protected her because of that Yeah, that was the bombshell evidence. Yeah, she told them that she was there and the girls were alive when they left. Do we think that's what happened? Was that the bombshell evidence that she had and that's why they gave her immunity because she said that she saw the girls were still alive? Is that how she was able to explain the ping? Oh my god. Do we think that's what happened? Do we think that she showed up at 6:16 in the morning, the cops already knew, and so that's why she's saying, "Yeah, I did see them alive," and that's the bombshell evidence that she supposedly has, and that's why they give her immunity? Oh my god. Frankie released this one years ago. Why did Weld County wait so long to give it to the Ruseks? Hmm. We have a lot of questions now, don't we? It's on the same video with Betty. Okay, so it's on the same video with Betty. So we need to watch Betty. We need to watch Betty and we need to watch some of these other videos of the neighbors seeing a car next door. We also have to see what else? What else? Okay, so we need Betty. I'm just going to write these down. So Betty. Okay, so we need Betty's video. What was the other one? There was another one that we were going to look at. Oh, right. The first phone call. We already have that one. What's the other one? She shouldn't have immunity if she witnessed Shanann's murder and didn't call for help. But yeah, she would be an accomplice at that point. Unless she claimed not to see Shanann, right? If she's like, "Oh, I don't know where Shanann was, but I did see the girls and they were alive, but I didn't see any murder." If she claims to not have seen Shanann, then yeah, she wouldn't be an accomplice, right? Because she wouldn't know. She's like, "I don't know. I don't know where Shanann is. The girls I saw, they were alive. I don't know where she was though. She was probably gone by then." That's her and Nate's voice. Wow. We ended up with more questions than answers after this video. Isn't that crazy? We still have way so much more to look into. The mom and the boys that saw the man got the license plate number. Oh my goodness. I wish Rox could talk. I wish I could talk to them too. Oh my god. Okay, so Betty's video, we have this one. What is the other one that you guys are mentioning right now? The mom and the boys that saw the license plate. Mom and boys with the license plate. Yeah. Send them my way, please, please, please. Yeah, go ahead and drop them off in the community page. Drop off the link or even take a screenshot and we'll definitely keep looking into this because what the hell? Yeah, and there's also Gino, right? We're also looking into Gino. We're trying to see if there's any involvement there because his name does come up in the discovery. And so any name that comes up in the discovery, we're going to be looking into because it all points to more information that the police didn't fully investigate. All right, guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to end this poll here. Do we agree that NK was given an agreement? Yes. Okay. I think we are all in agreement, right? Most of us. Not sure. 5%. No. 3%. Yeah. I think most of us are in agreement that Nichol Kessinger was given some type of immunity deal or it was part of Chris's actual plea deal. So, my goodness. What if she claimed to see Chris on the way to work with the girls in the truck? That is another very good point, Just Josie. It's possible, right? It's possible that she said that she was driving by just to make sure that Chris was going to leave his family, but she ended up seeing that he was in the truck with just his girls. Is that the bombshell evidence that she had? She could have claimed that he killed Shanann in a rage and she was scared. And yes, she would have gotten immunity if she was able to clear Shanann because he said that she had killed the girls. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the older lady who saw the smaller gray truck. Yeah, you guys have a lot of information. Lots of really good points, guys. Oh my God. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop it because we have a lot to continue to look at. We still have to finish this video. I mean, look at it. We're only 31 minutes into a 40 something minute long video, and we have a lot of things left to look into. Oh, look at there's another photo. Look, she's wearing another one. Oh, but it's different. Yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and draw and stop it here. And we will continue this later tomorrow, possibly, because we have a lot more questions to answer. Thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. This one was crazy. Holy shit. This one was so crazy. You know, sometimes I'll start a live stream and I'm like, ha ha ha, okay, we're going to laugh. We're just going to watch the live stream. We're going to laugh or might add a few things to our calendar, blah, blah, blah. But some days I will start a live stream and it takes us a completely different direction. Just like Chris, oh, would have taken me down a different direction. Yeah, this takes us down a different direction. Now we are going down a separate rabbit hole. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. Thank you so much for all of the information that you have. This is what I love about this community is that we all just want to get to the bottom of the truth. And when we join forces, when we rub foreheads together, twin flames, right? All of us, we're just rubbing our foreheads together. When we do this, we're able to get to more answers. Oh my God. This is insane. All right, guys, I just want to go ahead and just make sure that I have everybody. Julia, thank you so much. Scott, thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. So happy to have you. Eileen, thank you so much. And yeah, hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Hurt Locker, thank you so much. Dragon Onion, thank you so much for the super chat. Coffee and Dog Studio, thank you so much. And Boops, of course, thank you so much for goodness, I mean, your insight. You have so much information on this case. It is unbelievable. I love working with you. You are on top of it. And then Amanda, welcome to Diamond. Can you guys hear my stomach? I have not eaten. I need to go eat. I have not eaten. It's literally going, and you guys probably can't hear it. It's just my belly. You know, sometimes I force myself to not eat so that I can sound like Nichol Kessinger because she sounds like she has a stomach ache all the time. All right, let's go ahead and see the other ones. Love Buzz, thank you so much for the jewels. Eileen, thank you so much. And Eileen, thank you again. Thank you for the jewels and the stars and the hearts. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys. Well, that is all I have for you today. It has been a long live stream. We've been here for 3 hours, but we have uncovered way more than I expected to uncover during today's live stream. Like I said, I was expecting it to be a 2-hour long live stream and it was going to be full of laughter and, you know, a bunch of more roasting. But as it so happens, it didn't go that way. We are finding out more information. And now, with your guys' help, if you guys can find the Betty video. All right, so we're looking for the Betty video and we're looking for the first call between Nichol Kessinger and investigators. We're going to have to go down all of those, watch them together, guys, and then bring all of your information to the live stream. Thank you guys so much. Take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow, Monday, at our regular scheduled live stream at 12 p.m. noon. My time, Mountain Time. Thank you guys so much. Yes, go ahead. V-Bug. V-Bug with the Nitro Fish shirts. Yeah, make sure that if you get the Nitro Fish shirt, it's not the one where you scratch and sniff. You definitely do not want any scratch and sniff fish shirts, especially not the ones that Nichol Kessinger wore. Please do yourselves a favor. Don't get scratch and sniff. Okay. And make sure you wash it with bleach, tons of it too. When's the next live? Tomorrow, guys. Yeah, tomorrow at 12 p.m. All right, guys. Love you all. Take care. I'm going to go eat and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Thank you to my mods. Bye, guys. Thank you, members. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you all. Thank you all. I'm just, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.